just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Just wanna change the world. Let's go! But I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating.
Let's go! Come on, baby!
I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. Your radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go. Saturday night. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo. No, no, no. Oh, I can't pretend. No, 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 no. I hope this never ends. It's about you. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. Your radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. You're radiant. Come on. Dude, how we doing on a Saturday night? Yo, whoa, whoa. Dude, let's go. That is a good tune, isn't it? That shit is a bomb. It's a bomb fucking. That is a bomb fucking tune right there. Only 2 a.m. there. Let's go. It's too late because everyone is waiting. 2 a.m. in Pittsburgh. Let's go. Dude, I'm good. I'm good. I am a night person. We are going to get started a little bit earlier at some point. I mean, I'm doing my best to get started earlier, but I do have, I have a little bit of a night person problem in the fact that I get activated at night. Tonight, I didn't even wake up until almost 6 p.m. Right? Because I went to bed like at noon. Okay, I was up making the videos this morning. I was having a little trouble concentrating. I was very active on Twitter. So I didn't go to bed until noon today, just about noon, and I woke up at fucking 6 p.m., right? Like I literally finished the 11:30 a.m. video and went to bed. So like my schedule is a little discombobulated. But dude, we're doing good though. We hit a milestone today. You ready? This is a big one, guys. Let me show you this milestone. I was pretty excited about this one. I had been wanting this one, but like, look at this guy, dude. This is a big one, guys. Right? Right, look at that one. See that? Oh, dude, 10 million views, bro. That is big. Dude, 10 million. Isn't that crazy? Dude, that's a big one. That is the life of the channel. We hit 10 million views, dude. That's pretty crazy. I've been sort of watching that. That's a fucking big one, guys. Isn't that nuts? Dude, we did it, bro. Dude, considering that, like, literally a year and a half ago, okay, it was like, I think it was April of 2024 when I started grinding the channel. Prior to that, I had spent prior to 2024, I started this channel in 2022. And then I didn't make a video until the beginning of 2023. Okay, so I started the channel. It was called the Politics of Humanity in like October of 2022. Then in January or February of 2023, I made my first video. And then I made a bunch of short form content for about a month. And then I changed the name to Political Punk. And then I stopped making content until the summer of 2023. And then I made shorts only for like 2 months. And then I stopped. And then I deleted everything. And then I started over at, in like March or April of 2024. So when we started over in March of 2024, which is a year and a half ago, almost to the T, right? It's like literally just a little over a year and a half ago. We had 500 subscribers, and I think all total there had been like 50,000 channel views, right? From those original sort of experiments of trying shorts. So dude, it's been like 10 million in like a year and a half, boss. Like all of this growth. Isn't that crazy? Dude, that shit is nuts, bro. Dude, I love it. I'm so proud of it. And what's more though, guys, is I see people, it's not even about views because they're, the views help. Obviously, that gets you exposure and it's helping like me survive. But there's like a real sense of community that has been forming. And I see it. I see it like on Twitter. I see it in Discord. I see it with people in the comments. Like there's a fucking sense of community. Like I feel like a wide group of people, a big group of people are like feeling like we can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not over. Okay. And that makes me really happy. You know what I'm saying? That makes me happy that it's not over, boss. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, dude, we got some like Fortnite people coming in. Let's go. Dude, let's go. Dude, isn't an 11:30 p.m. time the best for your live viewer numbers? I don't know. I don't know what the best time is. I would like to start at like 10 or 10:30, right? I would like to go like 10 to 1 or 10:30 to 1. That would be my ideal start time, to maybe start like a half an hour earlier, right? Just to get, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a late night. 8 to 10:30. Dude, I don't know if I could stream at 8 p.m., boss. That might be asking a lot, right? 8 to 10:30. Dude, at 8 p.m., I'm usually hanging out with Jenny, right? Because she's kind of busy too. We have busy schedules. But I like being the nighttime. You know, it's wild too, because the nighttime, like, I feel like it's a little bit of an advantage because you get to sort of see what everybody else is covering that day, and you get to sort of fill in the gaps, right? You know, because I think that's one of the things, like being a political streamer. Like sometimes we're all going to cover the same shit, right? But like my niche, I don't necessarily want to cover everything that Brian Tyler Cohen or Keith Edwards covers, you know? Because like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily, like, I think we all have our own unique thing, you know? You know what I mean? The way like Brian Tyler Cohen covers a little bit of the legal stuff. Keith Edwards is a little more gossipy. I'm definitely gossipy. I'm more like let's blow up MAGA and dance on the ashes of MAGA, right? You know, everybody's got their little niche. Dude, I feel like Kyle Kowinski is one of those guys who kind of covers everything. Like, he's obviously got a good team. He's able to put out, like, him and Adam Mockler are able to put out like 10 fucking videos a day, which I would love to do. I can't wait till I'm big enough to be able to do that. We'll get there eventually. Right now, I'm just limited by exhaustion. You know what I'm saying? But Kyle's been doing it for a long time, dude. He's been doing it for like 15 years. So I feel like for our first year, we're doing pretty good. I'm happy, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking happy, boss. Think the earlier, the more live viewers. Yeah, sometimes, dude. Last night was like the biggest live viewership we've had in a while, and I didn't start until 11. So you never know. I'm the punk rock Howard Stern. All right, I want to be the good Howard Stern though, because Howard Stern, like when I was younger, he was kind of a fucking douche, bro. Dude, he was a bit of a douche. I did not like Howard Stern, like when he was first blowing up. I didn't. I thought he was obnoxious and uncouth and very, like, he was a shock jock. He was one of those guys that inflamed tensions. Okay, he's definitely grown. So guys, if you're having trouble finding the Twitch channel, I got my old name back, guys. So the Twitch channel is Acting Like Tommy. I have to change my little graphic. Okay, I got rid of the political punk Twitch and switch it back to Acting Like Tommy because I am going to stream like one afternoon a day or one afternoon a week. I'm going to stream some Fortnite on my old handle to kind of like take my leftism back into the gaming space a little bit. So that's where the Twitch channel is. I reverted it back to my gaming shit. I contacted my old Twitch rep and got that back because I needed to get out of the gaming space and build this. But now that this is getting like bigger, I'm going to go like play Fortnite a couple hours on a Saturday afternoon, you know, once a week or once every 2 weeks, just to fucking, you know, I mean, I miss playing video games, decompress, and to have a left-wing voice back in that space, you know, right? Dude, a fucking the delivery. Yeah, no, Justin, I think that's it. I mean, I think I fit a specific niche, right? Don't you? I feel like in politics, I don't know about you guys, but for me, like, one is I'm working class, okay? I am working class. You know, my parents were on welfare. My parents were $12 an hour workers. We lived in apartments my whole fucking life. So I'm a working class guy. Okay, but I'm also educated. I went to fucking UCLA. I got accepted to Berkeley. I'm not like brain dead working class. I'm educated working class who got started reading encyclopedias when I was a kid, you know? And so I feel like I fit a niche of like having an educated viewpoint that crosses with my working class viewpoint and like the awareness. You know, because I saw something today, guys. You ready for this? Can I show you something? So watch this, guys. Let me show you this. Last night, okay, have I been cupping? I have. Yeah, I get body work done like every 1 to 2 weeks. But so guys, check this out. Okay, I want to show you something because last night I was listening to the song Fortunate Son, and I had a moment where I watched the Creedence music video for Fortunate Son. I had tears come to my eyes, okay? And I started reading about John Fogerty. And then I went and I watched this video, guys. Let me just show you, okay? This video from Fogerty's channel, okay? It was this video where he says he was telling the story about how he wrote Fortunate Son, okay? Let me see here. Where is it? Right here. Okay. So look at this. No, not that one. It was, where was it? Hold on. Let me find it. Give me one sec. Okay, here. So look at this, guys. Check this out. This is going to blow your mind, guys. This is going to blow your mind. So this is John Fogerty talking about the day he wrote Fortunate Son. Okay, I'm going to put the link in here if you guys want to go watch it. It's a 5-minute video. We can't watch the video because I'll get copy struck. But there's a part here, okay, where he talks. Watch this part right here, okay? All right, so there's a part here. I can't watch it because the copy struck music. But guys, there is a part here where he talks about, as a little kid, he had a class instruction to fucking go home and they were supposed to watch the inauguration. And he went home and there was the inauguration of Eisenhower on TV. And they watched it and it was just a bunch of wealthy guys, government people driving in these big black, convertible limousines. And he said, even as a little kid, he was from a poor family. He became instinctually aware of like, holy shit, like there's a class thing in this country. And like the government is run by people that are not us. Okay. And then he grew up and he got drafted and he watched all the senators' kids get out of the draft and the rich kids like Donald Trump, who all of a sudden got bone spurs and avoided the draft. And he became well aware of the class differences and problems in America. And it blew my mind, guys, because here we are. That was in the 60s. Okay, it was in the 50s when he had the realization of watching the inauguration. But here we are 70, 80 years later, and it's the same shit, guys. It's the same shit that we are still in the middle of this class war where the wealthy people are bleeding us. They're bleeding us, and they're sending us to fight their wars, and they make us like mop their floors and clean up their shit. And we have to live outside the city and commute 2 hours each way to fucking take care of their shit while they suck the wealth out of us through real estate and through their fucking purchasing of stocks and through their ownership of the companies and just the shareholders jacking up the prices over and over and over again. Same shit, guys. And I had a moment last night watching this Fogerty video and watching that video to Fortunate Son and letting his lyrics just fucking wash over me and realizing that I'm here to fight that fight, guys. That I want to fight that fight. I want to keep fighting the fight that these guys were fighting 60 fucking years ago, man. You know what I'm saying? Like enough of this shit. Enough of these wealthy people like picking at us like we're vulture carcasses. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like, no more, bro. No more, boss. Okay? No fucking more, bro. Dude, you're right. It has been going on since humanity. But dude, man, this shit moved me, bro. I highly recommend this video, guys. It's a really good video. It is like such a good video, bro. Like, you know, really good. 4 minutes in the story. And I also, obviously, I related to it as a songwriter because I had a song like that. Those of you, if you've gone in the links to my music on Apple Music, there's a song called Confess, okay, that I see Jake here in the chat, the watch bar. Jake and I used to work at a bar here in town. And I wrote this song called Confess that was really popular from my early solo work. And there was a guy we worked with named Jonah who died at a young age, tragically in a car wreck. And Jonah was the first person who had listened to the song Confess. It was this kind of life story song. He got all tearful one night. This was before I toured, before I'd even finished my album. I had worked on this song and I played it after I recorded it for this guy I worked with at like 3 a.m. And he was just crying. And he was like, dude, you need to make a fucking album, bro. You need to go on tour. You need to do this shit. And so I did. And he never really got to see it because he died tragically. But that song, Confess, that life story song, I wrote it just like this. I sat down once on my living room floor with a yellow pad. I used to write on those yellow legal pads. I always liked those. And he talked about the same shit. I sat down on the floor with an acoustic guitar and I wrote the middle section of that song in like 5 minutes. It literally just poured out. And dude, and that was like the best song that I ever wrote, like the song that people connected with the most. So yeah, dude, I had a moment last night of inspiration, of feeling like I'm really happy what we're building here, guys, because I feel like I've found my place. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you feel the same, right, when you're hanging out here, but I feel like I have found like exactly where I'm supposed to be during this Trump shit and like launching whatever part of the revolution that, you know, we're all going to be responsible for. Because believe me, we're all in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in it. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I got super inspired last night watching that. And it kind of like, I didn't even start editing until like 5 a.m. because I went on a fucking Fortunate Son bender. Dude, let's go. Let's go. But yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like I've found my spot, dude. Dude, the working class fucking whatever. Dude, you found your place? Let's go. What song did he write? Oh, he wrote a lot of songs, right? But that the one that he was in that video is Fortunate Son, right? Dude, what a crazy day, boss. Dude, today is nutty, bro. Yeah. We're in this together. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Dude, let's set up, I'm going to throw up a dance party goal. The goal shit is still not working, bro. I did send an email to YouTube to see if they can fix that. I don't know what that is about, right? But we've been doing our goals on fucking, we've been doing our goal on just with our own numbers here. So hold on. So we are gonna, there we go. All right. There it is. Let's go. Dude, super, $2 super chats or more. Like fucking dance party goal. So let's fucking go. Dude, why is my fan not on? All right. Dude, it is hot as shit in here. What happened to my shoulders? No, I'm good, dude. That's from cupping. I do body work to sort of like take care of the vessel. All right. So yeah, that's just cupping. You're going to see that from week to week, right? I don't always do cupping in the body work, but every time I do it, you're going to see it. But yeah, no, I'm good. That's how I fucking stay sane right there. That shit. That be how I stay sane, boss. Dude. Extraction, baby. That is exactly what it is. You got to get that shit out. Dude, one dude, many cups. Oh, I see what you did there, 𝗙𝗃𝗽𝗧𝗏. Let's go. Oh, dude, one dude, many cups. That's amazing, dude. Dance party forever, Magnolia. Oh, dude, 𝗙𝗲𝗻, dance party LFG. Let's go, baby. Woo. Yeah, no, I'm good. I am good. All right. We're good, baby. Good, boss. Good. All right, got that set. So, what do we got? Oh shit, I got a fucking S3. There it is. There we go. All right. So, dude, what a day today. Okay. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but obviously there is like a lot of chaos. Dude, Justin with the 5 gifted memberships. Let's go. Here we got Jibs, unknown ethereal, right? Ethereal, Bogartis. Let's go, dude. And Fetal. All right. Dude, they're giant hickeys. They're giant hickeys. I've been having a relationship with a lamprey. Okay, so that's really what's going on. There's a lamprey that is my fucking concubine, and it likes to attach itself to me. And dude, Bilford, let's go, dude. The yen, dude, breaking out the yen. Heard the Donald has been cupping too. Dude, I've heard similar. I have heard that the Donald has indeed been cupping. Oh shit, bro. Oh Lord have mercy, dude. Bubba needs love too. Oh my God, dude, did you see the tweet? Keith Edwards tweeted this shit and I retweeted. Do you see the tweet? Look at this shit, bro. Watch this. It's right here. It's oh fuck. It's this one. Look at this one. Dude, right? Let's go. Appreciate you, boss. Thank you, Collapse. Let's go, baby. Dude, look at this one. Love your work. We should collab one day. Sharp for life. Dude, let's go. So look at this one, guys. It says, Hillary, thank you. Thank you very much, Collapse. We appreciate you, boss. Dude, it says Hillary Clinton low-key. If you posted it's true, right now you win 2028. Dude, isn't that funny? Yeah, dude, 𝗙𝗃𝗽𝗧𝗏 is pretty good name, dude, for Donald's new knee pads. Let's go, dude. Oh, shit. Bro, dude, Bubblicious, let's go. Oh, shit. Isn't this amazing? Dude, if she posted something, she should. Oh, my God, I just thought of something, though. With you guys talking about the knee pads, that fucking... Dude, wait. Because Gavin made those knee pads, right? Dude, let's go. Oh, shit, bro. Dude, right? His merch. Dude, Gavin knew, bro. The knee pads, boss. Gavin fucking knew, bro. Dude, there it is. Dude, oh, shit. Dude, hold on. Did I miss one? Are we on 6? Let me make sure I'm on the right thing. Dude, we got 𝗙𝗃𝗽𝗧𝗏, Magnolia, 𝗙𝗲𝗻. Right? Then we got Bilford, Echoes, and 𝗙𝗃𝗽𝗧𝗏. And then we have Jesse and Good Vibe Vet. So we have 2 more. We have 8 already. All right, let's go. If I forget to update the count, let me know. All right? Dude, Game Shark. Let's go. Trump taught his towel girls from experience. He certainly did. Dude, the late, great Virginia Giuffre would tell us that Trumpy did. He's a scoundrel, boss. He is a scoundrel. Everyone's trying to exonerate him, but man, dude, this is nuts. Okay? This is crazy that, like, Gavin knew, dude. Gavin could just tell, right? He could just feel Bubba, right? Bubba. Now, we're going to look at the Trump stuff, guys. Here's what I want to look at, guys. There's a couple of things I want to look at tonight. Okay, number one, we're gonna look at the Epstein file shit. This stuff is heating up and Trump is caving in. I saved a bunch of like tweets and shit to look at. There, like, this shit is swirling and Trump's response is catastrophic. It is definitely blowing up around him. You may have seen the videos that I've been making recently where we're looking at the MAGA influencers. They are like crumbling, okay? They are. And you can feel it. It's like, you know how sharks respond to chum? Do you guys know what chum is? So, like, when they're trying to find sharks, they throw a bunch of like bits of bloody shit in the water called chum, and the sharks can just smell the blood, and then they show up and start fucking going crazy, right? And I'm telling you right now, the MAGA movement is like chumming. They are chumming right now. And everybody in that movement is like detecting the whiff of the collapse. And so they are all like eating each other alive. They are like feasting on each other. They are lying. They're getting caught in lies. They're jockeying for power. Different factions of the right are attacking other factions, and they're having a religious revival. And like, dude, the whole thing is a disaster. And yes, I am loving it too. A lot of popcorn. So we're going to look at that. Now, the other thing we have to look at, guys, which I feel like is an underpinning of this that predates the election. Okay, I feel like there's two things converging right now, guys. And right now, I want to give a shout out to young women. Okay, women in general, especially black women and young women. Okay, those are the two groups. Why? Because there's a convergence, guys, of women who are just done with fucking Republicans and MAGA people. Okay, they're done with them. They're done with being told they need an MRS degree. They don't want to get married and take care of some fucking man. They want to be independent, have their own goddamn lives, and not be part of this like patriarchal fucking marriage culture. Okay? And so there was like a huge, like, it was like a fucking, the stars aligning. At the same time as this Epstein shit is blowing up, all the right-wing influencers released these charts that showing like a poll of high school seniors and girls in high school saying they don't want to get married anymore. And the evangelical MAGA freakazoids they're panicking, guys. They're like, oh shit, women don't want to get married. And there was another poll that said like 40% of women want to leave America. And so what's happening is like the MAGA movement simultaneously, while we find out that Trump is the sex predator we always knew he was, and everything about them is a disaster, the women are like letting them know that like, we're just done with you guys. And so it's led to a lot of panic with these evangelical incel manosphere people. Big hello from Scotland. Let's go, Grand Phone. Right? And on top of that, guys, we got to watch this Benny Johnson video. I am going to show you the most awkward Benny Johnson video you have ever seen in your life, guys. Okay? It is, they went to Madison Square Garden to like a UFC thing, and, you know, 𝗏𝗄𝗽𝗏 paid for like thousands of white freedom t-shirts. And so Benny Johnson and his crew, 𝗏ص𝗶𝗏𝗃, all those like weirdo evangelical white supremacists, they gave out like thousands of t-shirts. And there's this video of Benny talking to a group of young men. And it's so painful to watch, guys. it is the most awkward, cringe thing because Benny is so obviously gay and he's like trying to sell these guys on this like Christian reality, but it is the most awkward thing, dude, where it's like, oh my God, you realize that these guys are led by the worst people, bro. They are being led by people that are just not capable of long-term survival of their movement, right? It is so redonkulous. And then we're going to look at Marjorie Taylor Greene because much to the chagrin of Donald Trump, after his little battle with MTG, the Epstein victims actually came forward and like wrote a letter of support for Marjorie Taylor Greene. And so, dude, this shit is like, it is wild. What a wild day, dude. What a wild fucking day. And the crazy thing is this is like the ground floor of this. Okay? So now, let's start with MAGA collapse. Okay? Now, can I tell you guys how bad is the MAGA collapse? I'm going to show you the MAGA collapse in one video. Okay? Watch this video, guys. Okay? This video right here is the MAGA collapse in one video. Watch this. Look at this. MAGA. Okay, you ready? I'm not putting the sound on because there's music. I'd get copy struck, but watch this video. You ready? You ready to see the state of MAGA in 14 seconds? Bear in mind, guys, we're 1 year from the election win, 25% of Donald Trump's term. You ready? Watch this. Oh, look at that, dude. Look at that. Dude, 1 year in, okay? And right 1 year in, and they're already like ditching the red hats, okay? I've been seeing MAGA people on the street, okay? There are MAGA people that are fucking making videos of them burning their MAGA hats. I know it's a Nick Fuentes hat, but look at what it says. It says, I stand with MTG. I stand with Tucker Carlson. I stand with Candace Owens. I stand with Nicholas J. Fuentes. Right? Dude. Dude, this is like, and I mean, dude, it is the death of Charlie Kirk. Okay? We're seeing that Charlie Kirk was obviously the glue, dude. He was like a stopper that was like protecting the sort of Trumpist interests, okay? And now that he is gone, it is a free-for-all. It is, yes, Nazis fighting Nazis. They are chum in the water right now. Isn't that amazing? Dude, that is amazing, right? That is amazing, guys. And it is some MAGA men too. What it is, guys, is it's a subculture of MAGA. I mean, MAGA is obviously like they were aligned on a couple of issues like transgender stuff, and they were aligned on the anti-immigration things. But if you look what's happened this year, guys, is the transgender sort of thing that they elevated so hard and went so hard last year, it's not been working this year. Nobody's really been concerned about it because they're bombing fishing boats. People can't afford to eat. Housing and everything's going up. Dude, healthcare's getting gutted. Nobody wants to hear about you crying about they, them. No one gives a shit, okay? Like the voters in Virginia and New Jersey and you know, Georgia, they were not moved by the same old anti-trans shit that was the flavor of the month a year ago, all right? And so that has really fucked them, right? It's not working, okay? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and now look what happened, guys. They went ahead and they got transgender athletes banned from the Olympics for the time being, but like, who cares? I mean, to the trans athletes, it's heartbreaking, but my point is they didn't acquire anything from it, okay? And that's what's going to happen now, guys. is we're going to go through this phase where they went so hard on anti-trans shit that they got their win about sports, but their lives are still going to suck. And they don't have the transgender people to blame anymore, right? And so it's like now they're going to just spiral right down the fucking drain. Okay, so there's that. They lost their like core issue, right? They lost that core issue, and their immigration thing is a flop. Okay, their immigration thing is a flop, dude. It's like so bad. I mean, they're not deporting millions of people. It's not affecting prices. It's not affecting their housing. It's not affecting anything. All they're seeing is they're seeing the people they elected that were going to do this really crazy shit, and they're seeing them still talking about Biden. J.D. Vance went on the fucking shows this weekend, and all he did was blame Biden, bro. And everybody in his party are like, what the fuck are these guys doing? They're not doing shit, right? They're spending too much time blowing Bubba and too much time on the couch, bro. Oh shit, dude. Dude, yeah. Dude, JD, he's terrible at this, guys. He is. I mean, he thinks he's all smooth. But dude, he's terrible. Okay? He is. He's not smooth. But yeah, dude, they are fractured, bro. And now this is really fucking taken off. Okay? This is really taken off. And these guys, right? These guys are like hardcore Christians too. Okay? That are doing all this shit. Now, bro, they are screwed. And now, dude, Marisol, you were promised lower egg prices. Let's go. Yeah, well, I think you did get slightly lower egg prices, but everything else went up. So your eggs and your gas got a little bit cheaper, and then everything else at the grocery store like doubled. Congrats, Maga. Dude, booty! Dance, dance, dance. Let's go. Oh. Come on, baby. Let's fucking go, boss. Oh, shit, dude. Oh, shit. Dude, brutal. Okay? Dude, isn't it crazy? They are broken, right? They are broken. Yeah, no, Angie, I know. The affordability, like one of the things I noticed, and I feel bad because it sucks to know that the country is like struggling. But like, if you know people, I know some people that moved to Vegas. In particular, there's an adult dancer that I know that moved to Vegas, and like, dude, like tourist places are struggling, guys. Okay. They are struggling. Like tourism has ground to a halt. People from Canada, not coming here. People from Europe, staying away, right? The tourism is just zonked. And even when people go out, they're not tipping, right? Nobody's coming from South America because it's hostile. Nobody with brown skin from anywhere can come to America without fear of ending up in fucking 𝗙COT, right? And like I told you, right? Jenny and I, we go away, okay? We go to the beach. We go to the same like fancy hotel with the jacuzzi in the room on the beach. We go around our anniversary in May, and we go for Thanksgiving. We do this every year, right? So this Thanksgiving, we were able to get our hotel room for half price. Half fucking price, bro. Because nobody is fucking going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is going anywhere. It's like, wow, bro, that is crazy. And we even decided not to travel for around Christmas. We were planning on maybe going to see her family and going to New York. And now we're putting it off. We're going to wait until the spring. We're going to go to New York. But we're just like fucking, we're just, tying, like trimming shit down, right? I've kind of decided that during the Trump admin, I'm going to spend as little as possible. I'm not going to like buttress his economy, especially not with his tariffs, because you see what he's doing, right? You see what he's doing, right? He does a bunch of tariffs that crash everything. And then when it gets really bad, he like removes some tariffs and is like, look, I'm fixing it. But like, dude, he's doing irreparable damage. Every time he walks back the tariffs, though, and then he re-adds them when he gets mad, it like adjusts the whole global markets. Dude, my crypto is fucking falling like a free fall, like an airplane in the sky. It's like you can't continually fucking go back and forth like that. That leads to instability. Nobody knows when you're going to add tariffs again or remove them, so people are hesitant in investment. Okay, people like investment, they want stability. Okay, they just want to know. They want to know that, you know what I'm saying? And dude, he's a disaster, right? He is a fucking disaster, bro. It's like, what? Dude, what a dick, right? I saw somebody say dickhead Trump. Dude, it's true. What a dick. He is, dude, Trump is just a dick, boss. That's what he is. There he goes. There we go. Later, Trumpy. Fuck you, Trumpy. Yes. Get shit on, bro. Jesus, dude. Dude, what a clown. Okay, so let's look at some of this other stuff. That video was amazing, boss. Okay, but I have a bunch of stuff bookmarked here that we're going to get to. Okay, this is, first off, we got to look at this one. Okay? So look at this, dude. Dude, so Trump, look at this. Trump is doing his best. He is like doing his absolute best, guys, to like shirk responsibility. Oh, yeah, dude, he looks so terrible. I mean, this guy is like, dude, he is ragged, okay? I mean, he's ragged. His approval rating is crashing. He, like, everybody who works with him is incompetent. He's been, you know, going at RFK Jr. There's, you know, like, you know, people are fighting in the ranks. Everybody hates Pam Bondi and 𝗙ście Patel. Nobody believes him anymore. That's the thing that is really fucking him up, okay? Because remember, guys, he used to have this, like, magic ability where he could go out there and he could just riff and everything was fixed. Okay? He's relied on that. He's relied on like, no, I can go out there and I'll just do my little dance and I'll talk about transgender people and I'll call everything a hoax and everyone's going to be happy. Clown Prince, it almost looks like his orange is gone. It really does, dude. Dude, his brownser is now like fucking underwear bottom brown, dude. But his skill of being able to go out there and just say whatever and have it go away, it's not working anymore, guys. He's lost his one trick. He was a one-trick pony, guys, and his one trick is gone, dude. Now look at this. They're trying to ask him about the Epstein files, and look at his reaction here. Watch his reaction. You ready? Here we go.
Fan.org. Live now to remarks from President Trump.
With Bill Clinton, with the president of Harvard, who you know, who that is, Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and all of the other people that he spent time with. Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years. But he also saw strength because I was president. So he dictated a couple of memos to himself. Give me a break. You're going to find out what did he know.
Hold on, I'm going to put it on with the, let me put it on with the closed captions, okay? So it's hard to hear, but watch this, all right? Basically, he's like lying about Epstein, but watch what he does when the reporter tries to follow up, all right? You ready?
Fan.org. Live now to remarks from President Trump.
With Bill Clinton, with the president of Harvard, who you know, who that is, Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and all of the other people that he spent time with. Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years. But he also saw strength because I was president. So he dictated a couple of memos to himself. Give me a break. You're going to find out what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that he knew, including J.P. Morgan Chase.
Sir,
Yeah,
if
Jennifer,
there's
go ahead. Go ahead.
incriminating in the file,
Venezuela,
sir,
sir.
why acting as a...
Quiet, McGee.
Fan.org.
You see that? Dude, it's a little hard to see, but look at that. Okay? The reporter says if there's nothing incriminating, why not release the files? And he's like, quiet, 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 right? He gets right in the reporter's face and tries to fucking silence her, right? He did. He like moved in. It's like, yo, Smelly, easy there with the invasion of the personal space, buddy. Okay, what do you think I'm like one of Melania's girlfriends or some shit? I'm not a teenage beauty contestant. Get out of my fucking personal space, you rapey weirdo. And dude, this is the question. Now, there's two things I want to point out here, guys. Okay, two things I want to point out. One is A, if there is nothing incriminating in this files, and if it's all Larry Summers and Reid Hoffman and Bill Clinton, why don't you just release all the files? That's number one. Release all the files. Real simple. Now, number two, okay, number two, and this is important, guys, okay, we got to go to Bondi because, you ready? Bondi is in trouble. Yes, because look at this shit, okay? So Donald Trump said, I want my attorney general to go and investigate Bill Clinton and these guys. First off, the president telling the attorney general to go investigate people and the attorney general saying, okay, I'm going to do it. That's a huge fucking scandal. But you know what the other problem is, guys? You know what the bigger problem is? Is Pam Bondi went in front of Congress and she told them that there was nothing to investigate. She told them that we looked into all of the connections and there was nothing, the evidence showed us nothing to pursue. Which means like, whoa, Pam Bondi, either A, you were lying to Congress and there was a bunch of shit to pursue, or B, now you're telling us you're going to start a fake investigation because you already told Congress that you guys investigated this and there was none of that. Okay, now let's find that Pam Bondi bit, shall we? This is, she said it. She actually had a fucking quote about this, guys. Right? Where is it? Hold on, let's find it. I'm going to find it. We're going to go to Google. See, it's going to be hard because, here, let me find it. It was in July. Dude, I got to find this. Dude, it's crazy what they're doing, boss. Crazy. Okay, let me see this. Where is it? Dude, I gotta find this clip. Dude, she's gonna see some jail time, I think. Okay? That's the photographs. Where is it?
But
maybe
you go
this is
ahead.
it.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention.
because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive.
All right, that's not it. Dude, I gotta find this fucking clip. Dude, she told Congress, okay? She said that there was nothing to investigate, bro. Hold on, we're gonna find it. I'm gonna find a video here. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Thank you.
All right, what do we got? This one's got. Maybe it was in the Durbin part.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Where they deployed National Guard.
Your state safe.
Fuck, bro. Dude. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I feel like if you guys have that clip, find it for me. But I know I saw it in writing. Hold on. Right? I know I saw it in, let me see here. I saw something earlier today. There was a quote of hers from, dude, yes, no, 𝗙ście Patel is absolutely part of covering this up. I feel like they're all in on it, guys. But there was in particular, yeah. Fuck, bro. There was in particular, there was dude, she lied. All right? Let me just oh, here it is. Here's what I saw earlier. Okay, was this, right? This is what she had said. Okay, in July. Okay, I found it. And it's not a video clip, but in July, she said we did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Because remember, guys, that was the thing that was at odds here because they went in stages. Like first, it was the list is on my desk, and Pam said, I'm releasing it. We got this. And then all of a sudden she said, oh, there wasn't a list. There is no list. And they're like, well, then if Jeffrey Epstein didn't commit any crimes, why is he in prison? Right? Why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison if he didn't like assault anybody? And she's like, oh, well, you know, he assaulted people, but there was nobody else, right? There was not enough evidence for us to pursue anybody else who was right, who assaulted girls. It was just Jeffrey. Right? She said, oh, it's just Jeffrey. It's only Jeffrey. All these videos of just Jeffrey. But now she's like, oh, we're opening up this investigation into these third parties, though. So, well, that's weird because if you can investigate these third parties now at the behest of the president, which is like highly illegal for him to say, hey, go investigate these people. And you saying investigate those people. And no, Jenny, I'm looking for her saying about how we have no third parties to charge, right? But so now all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go investigate some third parties. Okay, let me see if we can look Pam Bondi third parties. I bet. Oh, shit, dude. I didn't get all my shit ready before the day, but... Dude, she is going to prison, boss. She is. Pam Bondi? Dude, I want her going to prison, bro. I'm serious. They all need to go to prison. Right? Here, let's see what we got here.
You made a public claim that the Epstein client list was, quote, sitting on my desk right now for review, end of quote. You then produce already public information and no client list at a major media event hosted at the White House. Attorney General Bondi, why did you publicly claim to have the Epstein client list waiting for your review and then produce nothing relevant to that claim?
Senator Durbin, if you listen to my entire clip on that, I said I had not reviewed it yet, that it was sitting on my desk along with the JFK files, the Martin Luther King files.
Pammy.
And I said I had not yet reviewed it.
Trumpy.
And if you see our memo on Epstein, you will see, excuse me, our memo on Epstein clearly points out that there was no client list, our July 6th memo.
Going back to the Epstein files, according to another whistleblower who made a protected disclosure to my office, you pushed the FBI to review approximately 100,000 Epstein-related records on an arbitrarily short deadline in March, and the FBI was directed to flag any documents that mentioned President Trump. Nothing came of that review until July when DOJ and FBI released an unsigned memo stating, quote, there's no incriminating client list. Why was the July 7th memo unsigned?
The July 7th memo came from the FBI and the Department of Justice. Director Patel answered those questions very clear. And, you know, Senator Durbin, I find it very interesting that you refused repeated Republican requests to release the Epstein flight logs in 2023 and 2024. You fought that. Did you take money from Reid Hoffman, campaign donations?
Reid Hoffman,
who was a huge Epstein friend? Why did you fight for years? Why did you fight?
Can we pause right there? Because can I just show you guys? Can I show you something real quick? Dude, watch this. Because let me just show you what Reid Hoffman tweeted, okay? Because Reid Hoffman is the name that she keeps bringing up, right? She's all about the Reid Hoffman. And look at what he said, dude. Trump should release all of the Epstein files. Every person and every document in the files, right? I want this complete release because it will bring justice for the victims. Dude, she keeps like Reid Hoffman, and he's like, dude, just bring it out, okay? You know what I'm saying? Just bring that shit out, okay? He has no problem with it, okay? And he's like, the call for an investigation is an obvious ploy to avoid releasing the files. Simply release all the files, expose the people who had deep and ongoing relationships with Epstein. And dude, that is factual. Why would you do an investigation into just Bill Clinton, just Reid Hoffman, just Larry Summers? Dude, I want to investigate all of them. Release the whole shit. Come on, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Dude, she is so played out.
To not disclose the flight logs, Senator Durbin.
Oh, Trumpy!
I can tell you I did not refuse. One of the senators here wished to produce those logs, and I asked her to put it in writing, and she never did.
Yeah, I think Senator Blackburn would quarrel with you on that.
Well, I will quarrel with you as to read somebody that you mentioned I never heard of.
Reid Hoffman.
So who gave the order to flag records related to President Trump?
To flag records for President Trump?
To flag any records which included his name.
She's going to prison, dude.
I'm not going to discuss anything about that with you. So.
Eventually, you're going to have to answer for your...
Dude, she is going to prison, bro. Oh, Trumpy! Oh, Pammy, you can come hang out in my cell. Dude, oh, you can wash my nuts with Diet Coke. Dude, let's fucking go, bro. Dude, she is a clown. But man, I want to find her quote. I'm going to look for one more minute, and if we don't fucking find it, we'll just move on. But we know that she said, we know that she said there was nobody to investigate. That was part of her thing, was that there was nobody to investigate. Okay? Right? Dude, the Kraken is getting released, guys. Dude, they're so cooked. They are so cooked, bro. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys had a friend like this, okay? You may or may not have had a friend like this, but in my friend group, okay, we had one friend who was like, he was toxic, okay? He was so toxic, he would date multiple girls, and he would lie to them all, and he would cheat on them all, and he would weave all these stories, and then he would like have us try to cover for them, and then we didn't want to do it, so we'd have to avoid the girlfriends. But then what would happen eventually is all of his stories would unravel, and you would watch it snowball, and you would be like, oh shit, homie is about to get his ass kicked. He is going to lose everything in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then none of us would help him. We were just like, hey man, you built this thing? Good luck, buddy. We're gonna get some popcorn and watch you fry, because you're a fucking douche, bro. And this is literally what Trump is, where they're at right now, where they have lied and sneaked and changed stories. It's a hoax. It's not a hoax. Investigate this guy. It wasn't me. And now I don't think there's any way for them to get out from under this thing. And in the process, all of their political clout is gone, dude. Like every bit of political clout. Nobody in MAGA trusts Pam Bondi. They don't believe her. They don't believe 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗏. They don't believe 𝗙cie𝗶 Patel. They don't believe anybody. I mean, I think the only person in the MAGA movement that may get any, like even the tiniest bit of belief is RFK Jr. And that's just from those Jillian Michaels kind of like mental, like exercise freaks who think he is some type of, you know, health guru because they think that people are trying to trans their kids in the water supply. And that's it, right? Those crazy freaks, right? The crazy the Maga soccer moms are the only ones who believe anyone in the administration, and they're like brain fried, bro. Dude, they're done, bro. Oh, shit. Oh, it's fucking amazing. Oh, my God, it's amazing. Dude, it's so good. It is so fucking good, boss. Like, just beautiful shit. Dude, yeah, dude, prosecute all of them, bro. All right. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Look at this. I found it, guys. Look at this. This was Attorney General Pam Bondi. Oh, my God, it implicates Blanche, too. Dude, but here's what I was looking for, guys. This is the statement. It is a statement from Blanche that given to us by Pam Bondi, so it implicates both of them. It says, look at this. This was July 22nd. Okay, this was before they met with Ghislaine Maxwell. And it says, this Department of Justice does not shy away from uncomfortable truths, nor from the responsibility to pursue justice wherever the facts may lead. The joint statement by the DOJ and FBI of July 6 remains as accurate today as it was when it was written, namely that in the recent thorough review of the files maintained by the FBI in the Epstein case, no evidence was uncovered that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties, dude. President Trump has told us to release all credible evidence. If Ghislaine Maxwell has information about anyone who committed crimes, the FBI and DOJ will hear what she has to say. Therefore, at the direction of Pam Bondi, I have communicated with Maxwell's counsel, and he says they're going to go talk to him. But look at that. in the recent thorough review with the DOJ and the FBI, the entire DOJ, a thorough review, no evidence was uncovered that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. And today, dude, they're like, we're going to go investigate these guys. Dude, they are cooked, bro. Pam Bondi, Pam, you are going to prison. I hope you like the ladies because you are going to the clink, dude. Let's go. Oh, dude, she's going to jail, boss. When we get out from under this Trump shit, dude, she is going to jail, boss. Dude, yeah, let's go, guys. Dance party time. We need 7 more, guys. All right, we're gonna hone in on the dance party before we go to the next segment. All right, we're gonna get that out of the way. Dude, let's go, dude. His Epstein problem. I got a few more Trump videos to watch on the Epstein shit. Dude, I just got to tell you guys, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see the Benny Johnson video, bro. This is the most awkward video I have ever seen. Dude, let's go. So sad they're going to jail just for listening to Donald Trump. Yeah, see, I don't feel sad. I don't feel sad for them because they went into this like breaking the law for him and covering for his ass. And it's not like they got buffaloed. They know he's a fucking scoundrel. And they did it anyway, right? These people, they have no fucking integrity. They have no morals. They are corrupt and believe that they're allowed to exercise their power in any way they can. And so, like, let them fucking burn, bro. Let them burn. All right. So we got 6 minutes. We need 7 and 6 minutes, guys. Let's go. Let's get the dance party. Oh, there we go. 6 in 6 minutes. Parker, let's go, Pinky. Oh, there it is. 6 more. 6 more. 6 and 6, guys. We're counting it down. Counting it down. Maxwell is going to traffic Pam in jail? Dude, I wonder if Pam, dude, she is loyal. She might be a hot commodity on the cell block. You know what I'm saying? From Holyoke, let's go, Juker. Appreciate you, boss. Welcome. Dude, Pam Bondi may be a hot commodity on the cell block because she is loyal, guys. She is. She will take a beating, right? And it doesn't matter. She has no shame, dude. Look forward to this streams every day. Dance, let's go. Thank you, Patrick. Let's go. Yeah, no, dude, she is loyal. Dude, Grant Sloan, let's go, baby. Appreciate you, boss. Oh, 4 more, guys. Dude, she could be, I think she could be a hot commodity on the block, dude. Pammy on the block. Dude, Pammy, right? Dude, cell block P. Dude, oh shit. Dude, let's go. I don't know, dude. I think if there was, I know it sounds crazy, but if there was like a videotape of Pammy on the cell block with her fellow inmates, I would probably watch that tape, guys. The curiosity would, I would watch the tape. I admit it. Dude, I'd watch it. I'd put it in. I'd probably watch it twice. All right. Dude, pushing P. Dude, pushing P. Dude, somebody said 5th. Oh, you said filth. I thought somebody said they were taking the 5th. Dude, oh shit. Bro. Dude. Oh my God, dude. I mean, I'm crazy like that though, guys. I am. I'm an investigator, okay? I leave no fucking scenario unexplored. Let me just tell you, all right? Whether it's good or bad, I'm an explorer. What are the odds? Cell block P. What an Epstein girl. Oh shit. Let's go, dude. Thank you. Dude, One Flew Over, appreciate you. And Robin Donovan, let's go. Oh, dance. I love it. There we go. All right, so now we're up to 16, dude. 4 more, baby. Dude, yeah, I'd watch that shit. Bro, the only person I probably wouldn't watch is I definitely wouldn't watch anything related to Trump, right? Unless it was in a court of law and it meant he was going to jail. And Stephen Miller, right? Dude, I don't even want to see Stephen Miller like now. You know what I'm saying? Are we at 18? All right, hold on. I'm going to go back and count. I may be off. Let me count here. Somebody said I have an incorrect count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, yeah, we're at 19 already with Blossom. Love your works. Thank you, Blossom. You're right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the heads up. So now we're at 19. I missed 2. All right. Uno mas, boss. A little preview. A little who's going to bring it home, dude. Who wants some of the hips? Whoa. Let's go. Oh, shit. Dude, thank you. Dude, yeah, I don't even want to see Stephen Miller, like, do a press conference, bro. I mean, is it just me? Every time Stephen Miller walks up to the podium, I feel like I'm watching a rerun of 𝗏𝗡𝗏, bro. You know, right? I mean, that's not just me, right? That every time that motherfucker stands at a podium, it is like, dude, they're playing 𝗏𝗡𝗏 again on CNN, bro. What the fuck is going on? Dude, Elf, I wish I could be the stupid and just feel okay with your life. Dude, yeah, no, I know, dude. It's hard. It's hard if you have feelings and sensitivity, dude. Magnolia, let's go. There it is, dude. We brought it home. Oh, all right, let's go. 21 of 20, dude. 22 of 20. Shit, boss. All right, let's go. Soon. 20. Dude, oh shit, dude. The 𝗏𝗡𝗏 rerun, boss. Oh, Trumpy, will you rub some oil on my bald head? Dude, let's go. All right, we made it, guys. Woo! Another successful dance party secured. All right, we have a couple things to cover before we get there, but let's go. Now we don't have no worries, right? There's no worries. The worries have been lifted from us. The dance is guaranteed, and now we get to move on. Okay, so first off, you ready? Here we go, guys. This is more fucking Trumpy shit. Okay, I grabbed some clips here related to Trump's crash. Okay, and just came up with a theory: the $40 billion to Argentina to secure houses for the administration when they have to flee the U.S. Yeah, Bilford, dude, you're not wrong, boss. Fucking everybody is all eyes on Argentina. We believe, what is Argentina's extradition, right? Argentina extradition. Let's see. Extradition is granted for serious crimes. Oh, look at this, though, guys. Look at that shit. Extradition is granted for serious crimes, but denied for political offenses, right? The war crimes and crimes against humanity are excluded from the definition. So Argentina, they don't extradite if you commit political crimes, boss. Dude, they're totally going to Argentina, bro. They are going to rake in on crypto, and the minute that election is over, that whole family is going to be on the Qatari jet to Argentina, bro. Dude. Oh, shit, boss. They are, dude. That shit is like, it's happening, boss. Oh, my God, dude. There's no fucking way, bro. There is just no way, dude. Of course they are. Of course they're going to fucking Argentina. Dude. Oh, man. All right. Dude, they want the Venezuelan oil. I mean, I don't know what they're doing, but look at this. Okay, you ready for this? This is fucking the audio of that scene on the airplane. Okay, remember the airplane where Trump... This is the audio only. You ready? Watch this.
Okay.
Mr. President, what did Jeffrey Epstein mean in his emails when he said you knew about the girls?
I know nothing about that. They would have announced that a long time ago. It's really, what did he mean when he spent all the time with Bill Clinton, with the president of Harvard, who you know who that is, Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is.
Here, let me see if I can get an audio booster here.
So he dictated a couple of.
Okay, so here I will. It's a little hard to hear, but hold on one sec. Give me one sec here. So, dude, there's not much I can do about it, but it does get louder in the second half. And just to go back and here, I'll take you through this. Hold on, let me do this, guys. I'm gonna play it through clean. Okay, I'm gonna play it through clean so I have it for the video. And then after I play the whole minute clean, we'll go back and I'll translate what he's saying because I can hear it. And so we're just going to watch it once through for the video and then we'll dissect it. Okay, here we go.
Too much. Okay?
Mr. President, what did Jeffrey Epstein mean in his emails when he said you knew about the girls?
I know nothing about that. They would have announced that a long time ago. It's really what did he mean when he spent all the time with Bill Clinton, with the president of Harvard, who you know who that is, Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and all of the other people that he spent time with. Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years, but he also saw strength because I was president. So he dictated a couple of memos to himself. Give me a break. You're going to find out what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that he knew, including 𝗣𝗢𝗟 𝗪.
Sir,
Yeah,
if
Jennifer,
there's
go
nothing
ahead, go ahead.
incriminating in the file,
On Venezuela, sir.
why are you acting as if...
Quiet, McGee.
On Venezuela, sir,
Too much.
Okay, so there we go. Dude, you ready? So here's what happens. In the beginning, she says to him, you ready? Here, watch here.
Too much. Okay?
Mr. President, what did Jeffrey Epstein mean in his emails when he said you knew about the girls?
She says, Mr. President, what did Jeffrey Epstein mean when he said you knew about the girls? And then Trump says, oh, I didn't mean anything, right? I don't know what he meant by that. He was probably talking about Clinton.
I know nothing about that. They would have announced
I know-
that a long time ago.
I know nothing about that. They would have done that a long time ago.
Announced that a long time ago. I know nothing about that. They would have announced that a long time ago.
I know nothing about that. They would have announced that a long time ago.
It's really what did he mean when he spent all the time with Bill Clinton?
It's really what did he mean when he spent all the time with Bill Clinton and that guy from Harvard, Larry Summers.
With the president of Harvard, who you know who that is, Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and
Larry Summers, whatever his name is, he knows what his fucking name is.
all of the other people that he spent time with.
All of the other people he spent time with.
Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years.
Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years. And I know we watched this clip, but you couldn't hear the audio last time, so this is better.
But he also saw strength because I was president. So he dictated a couple of memos to himself. Give me a break.
But he also saw strength because I was president, dude. He can't not be like, oh yeah, but Jeffrey Epstein also saw that I was the strong president. So he dictated some memos to himself.
You're going to find out what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that he knew, including 𝗣𝗢𝗟 𝗪𝗧.
Yeah, and he mentions JP Chase. And then, of course, she's like, well, dude, if it's not incriminating you at all, why not release him? And then he gets in her face and says, quiet. Yeah, I wanted to listen to this because the audio was better than that fucking, right? You couldn't really hear it with the video image we had earlier. It was pretty trashy. Okay? It was pretty trashy. But then, again, though, look at this. Okay, now he gets back, right? He gets back and he leaves the White House to go to Mar-a-Lago And again, he won't talk to any reporters, guys. Look at this shit, bro.
Do you want regime change in Venezuela, sir?
What did Jeffrey Epstein mean when he said you knew about the girls? If the Epstein case is a hoax, why are you calling for more investigations?
Dude, look at those questions, bro. Right? Dude, what did Jeffrey Epstein mean when he said you knew about the girls? Dude, I'm sorry, but here's the deal, guys. Is I'm pretty sure they're going to keep asking that question because there's no way Trump gets out of this without answering that fucking question. Okay? And then the follow-up, if the Epstein case is a hoax, why are you calling for more investigations? And what's more, if your DOJ said there was nothing that predicated further investigation, why are you asking for investigations and they're now complying, right? When they already issued a memo saying we looked at all the evidence and there's nothing to investigate. Dude, Bubba, please, dude. Bubba, please. Oh, please, Bubba, please. Dude, Bubba is going to be Trump's cellmate, right? Trump Bubba, dude. Dude, what do you think? Dude, Trump Bubba 2028? Dude, Bubba Trump 2028? What a fucking clown show. Yeah, that is the statement of the day right there. Like his whole, I mean, guys, his whole presidency, okay? His whole presidency, guys, is a disaster. I mean, you know what's funny is, dude, it reminds me of 2020, okay? Like, I don't know if you guys remember this. I mean, you probably do. But if you looked at the arc of Trump, so Trump, like, I feel like he likes the campaign the best, okay? I really do. I think Trump likes the campaign the most because there's not really any questions. He just stands at a podium and everyone claps for him and he gets to ramble for hours and then all the media talks about him for days, okay? But he hates the job, okay? So in his first thing, he's like, I won, I'm great, I win it, I'm the fucking king. And then all of a sudden he's fighting everyone every day. Nothing's going right. Everything's failing. He looks like an ass. It turns into a clown show. And then he got to a point where you could just tell, like, he doesn't even want to be president anymore. He just wants to go to Mar-a-Lago and like eat food and listen to music and like watch girls dance. That's it. He does not want to be presidenting anymore. He wants to golf and go watch, you know, teenagers do dances at Mar-a-Lago. And guys, he's like this close to being at the point where he doesn't even want to be president anymore. And dude, he's only 25% done, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, he doesn't even want the job anymore, dude. He is just like, fuck. Dude, you know what I'm saying? He became president to avoid jail, and now he's just in a different kind of jail, right? He is in a completely different prison of his own design. Dude, good. Yeah, I like that. I like what Thomas Paine said. Let's make his life a living hell, right? Shall we? Shall we just like cuck him and rebuff him and fucking rain down upon him with as much pressure and negativity and bad press as possible and just hit all his trigger points of insecurity? Like, I want to see Bubba, Trump, and the Gavin Newsom knee pads like all over the airwaves, boss, right? Dude, Gavin knew. Gavin, like, I think Gavin knew, boss. I think Gavin has an inside guy. Dude, don't cry for me, Argentina. Dude, oh, so enjoyable, bro. So enjoyable because these motherfuckers, like a year ago, were telling us that we're done with, that they're in control of us, that woke is dead, that we have no power, that we're going to submit. and there's nothing we can do to stop it. And they have a mandate. Remember their mandate? Remember their huge mandate? And a year later, like their number one, like, like translator to reach the young people is gone. And everything's in disarray. Half their movement is defecting to fucking Nick Fuentes. Think about this, guys. If you lose your movement to Nick Fuentes, like how big of a fuck up do you have to be to lose your political clout to Nick Fuentes, the guy who pepper sprays like teenagers at his door, dude, right? He's losing his political clout to Nicholas J. Fuentes, bro. Homie, dude, that's like losing your political movement to Homer Simpson, dude. Like, come on, bro. That's got to sting more than anything, dude. Like, oh my God, passing the tiki torch. Dude, 𝗙𝗪𝗏 𝗙𝗪𝗏. Oh, shit. Let's go, dude. Oh my God. Dude, it is like bottom of the barrel, boss. All right. Now, we saw that. Let's see. In other news, okay, I think we should look at this one. Dude, look at this clip. You ready? Look at this. This is Dershowitz. First off, what's going on with Cuomo over here, boss? Like, right? It's not just me, right? You're looking at Chris Cuomo and it's like, what happened, bro? Your brother loses the mayor election and you have been watching The Princess Bride on repeat or what, dude? Dude, what is he doing, bro? Right? Dude, he's like, he hasn't been able to stop watching The Princess Bride. Dude, my name is, Inigo Montoya, right? Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, homie is losing his shit, dude. 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 The villain arc. Oh my God. But look at this shit. Look at this. The Megyn Kellying of Dershowitz. Now we know Dershowitz. This guy's got some Epstein history, but watch this shit, bro.
Well, let me give you an example. 10 minutes before you went on, the predecessor on your show described Jeffrey Epstein as a convicted pedophile. He pleaded guilty to one count of having sex for money with a 17-year and 10-month-old person. That's not pedophile.
Okay, so look at that, though. Dude, forget the word pedophile, okay? If they want to get into the etymology of the pedophile versus ephebophilia and all that shit, fine, right? But, dude, he said he pled guilty to one count, guys. That's the part that I have an issue with. Dude lost their movement to Nick Fuentes, a Mexican neo-Nazi. The Onion couldn't even make this one up. Dude, Corolla, yes! But in addition to, in Florida, it's 18 is the age of consent. So it is statutory rape. It doesn't matter if she was 17 and 10 months or whatever. Right, but the thing that really bothers me is how he hammers in on the one count, okay? He pled guilty to one count, but that's only because the FBI gave him a sweetheart deal. He's got like 1,000 counts, and many of those girls are 14. But Dersh is like, oh, he only pled guilty to one, and she was 17, 10 months, so he's not a pedophile. Dude, him and Megyn Kelly, dude, they're smoking it. They are getting high on their own supply, minimizing this shit. Okay? They are minimizing this shit. Dude, Jeffrey Epstein had like 1,000 counts of teenage girls, 14, 15, 16, 13. Couple of them, right? If you read Virginia's book, there were some 12-year-olds, guys, from France. 12-year-olds. Okay, that were flown in by Jean-Luc Brunel, and Epstein spent a couple days with them and then flew them back to France. 12-year-olds, okay? And that may not be a pedophile technically, scientifically, but that's goddamn close enough, okay? Like, come on, bro. Okay, Megyn Kelly and Alan Dershowitz, like, come on, dude. You guys are scoundrels. Scoundrels minimizing this shit. Dude, even, you know, Inigo Montoya over here from The Princess Bride ain't buying that shit, dude. Dude, what are they doing, boss? That shit is not it, boss. Right? Look at this, right? And then he was into the barely legal. We saw that one, the 15-year-old girls, right? Dude, 15? Man, come on, bro. She's trying to say 15 as, like, why are we minimizing Epstein at all? You know what I'm saying? Why is anybody out there? Well, I mean, we know why. Because Megyn Kelly, like, some of her benefactors are on that list, okay? She's going to be lucky if she has a career if that shit comes out, okay? You know what I'm saying? Yes, 15. I mean, I tweeted very clearly, guys, okay? Like, first off, there's some of the victims, okay? Those girls are not legal, okay? Many of them are, like, young, okay? Now, one of the things I do want to point out is that I fucking tweeted this right here, right? Who wants to tell Megyn Kelly and Alan Dershowitz that barely legal means 18 and 19, not 14 and 15, okay? Barely legal is 18 and 19, okay? Plain enough, plain said. Now, even then, dude, there's people in here who are talking about age of consent. Like, look at this person or whatever. Where is this person? Maybe I banned him, but there was somebody in here who mentioned age of consent about like 16 or something. And I was like, dude, here's what I said to them. I said, here's the deal, boss. If you're in a state where the age of consent is 16 and you're 50 and you hook up with somebody who's 16, you're still a child fucker. I don't care what the law says. I don't care if the law says she's allowed to give you consent. You are still a child fucker if you're having sex with a 16-year-old when you're 50, right? Right? The age of consent shit, it doesn't even matter, bro. Those laws were only made so Christian men would be allowed to have sex with teenagers, boss. That's it. That's why age of consent under 18 was even created, so evangelical Christian men can go fornicate with kids. End of story. That's the only reason, right? The real reality is the only law they need to have is this, is if you're a teenager, you're allowed to have sex with people within 2 or 3 years of your age. There you go. Now 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds can all have their high school relationships. They don't have to worry about committing a crime, being normal teenagers. Right? 2 to 3 years, fine. Go ahead, have your thing. But this age of consent 16 is a con, bro. Okay? It's a con, dude. Is a way of like, dude, so gross, bro. Dude, so gross. And you're right, they don't care because that child shit is like, they're into that, guys. Okay, now look at this, guys. Okay, look at this now. Now they are starting a PR campaign, though, of lies, guys. We got to out this because watch this video. Okay, this is Epstein's biographer, Barry Levine, okay, going on fucking the air. You ready? Watch this. Here we go.
On that 2011 email, we'll put it up on the screen, and I will ask you, the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. What do you think he's referring to?
Well, I think Jeffrey Epstein is referring to the fact that he believes that Donald Trump talked to Michael Ryder, who was the Palm Beach police chief in 2004, and began the first investigation into Jeffrey Epstein.
Now, why is this important, guys? Okay, why is this important that Epstein's biographer, Barry Levine, is coming out like this? I'll tell you why. Because he is trying to create, like, exoneration for Donald Trump. He is trying to say that the quote about the dog that hasn't barked is the fact that Epstein thought Trump was the first guy to turn him in, that Trump like blew the whistle on him. That's what they're trying to sell here. But now watch this, guys.
I suspect that Jeffrey Epstein, in his conversation or email with Maxwell, was saying he was 75% there, believing that Trump might have been the whistleblower at the time. Again, you have to remember that particular year, the two men had a falling out, not only over the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell was taking young women from his spa at Mar-a-Lago.
That is a problem for Trump. Oh, he found out that young women were being taken from Mar-a-Lago. He found that out in 2001, and he didn't go to the cops. All right, Trumpy. Oh, Trumpy, you're in trouble now. All right, but wait, it gets worse.
For Jeffrey Epstein, but they also had a nasty real estate deal that both men were trying to get. So there was bad blood between the two of them.
Okay, so it's a combination then of the Trump being the dog who didn't bark and that additional line on that email. We'll put it back on the screen. Police chief, etc. I'm 75% there, meaning he's 75% there to believing that Trump is an informant against him?
That is what I believe based on my research of years of the Jeffrey Epstein story.
Okay, but
you also have to
Barry,
remember that the House Speaker at one point,
Barry, if Donald Trump were an informant, if Donald Trump dropped the dime on Jeffrey Epstein, why wouldn't he today, in this climate, be shouting it from the mountaintops? I'm the one who put him away.
That's a question that only the president can answer. And again, the Palm Beach police have never said that Donald Trump was an informant. However, not too long ago, the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, said that Donald Trump was an informant on this particular case.
Okay, but here's the deal, guys. They're lying. Okay, now, don't get me wrong. There is no doubt that Trump, like, in some way, shape, or form, helped to sell out Epstein. Okay? But he was not an informant. He certainly didn't start the ball. This is the reporter, Julie K. Brown, who fucking wrote the original book. This is the woman who cracked the case. This is the woman who fucking wrote the shit that got Jeffrey Epstein arrested. And she said Trump did not tip off the police. I interviewed the chief and the lead detective. They've done multiple interviews. It was the stepmother of one of the girls that fucking tipped off the police. And they started an investigation. Now, what Trump did do was he went to Brad Edwards, the victim's attorney, and he was like, hey, how can I be of help? Okay. And Trump maybe sold out in a way that protected his own interests. Okay. But the thing about it is that dog who hasn't barked, okay, that dog who hasn't barked is, here's the thing, guys. The thing about the Jeffrey Epstein and the dog who hasn't barked is they knew that something was up, that Trump wasn't being mentioned, okay? Right? And I don't think it was even necessarily that Jeffrey informed on them, but Jeffrey was not actively participating in the cover-up, okay? Because there's no way you could talk about Epstein in Palm Beach and Trump's name wouldn't come up, okay? Because they were taking girls from Mar-a-Lago, right? They were centering shit in Mar-a-Lago. So it's like, why am I being investigated by the cops? And why is there a case against me? And nobody has even mentioned Trump's name, okay? And that makes you wonder what happened when Trump went to those girls' attorneys, when Trump went to Brad Edwards. What kind of shit was going on? Was Trump pulling strings with people in the police department or whatever? I mean, something was going on where Trump was all of a sudden not in the equation anymore. And that was the sign that something was up. And then ultimately what happened? 𝗪𝗪𝗪 comes in, Jeffrey Epstein gets this immunity deal, and then 𝗪𝗪𝗪 becomes Trump's cabinet member, which means obviously there was some governmental, through Barry Krischer or maybe through Pam Bondi's connections, because she was a junior attorney in Tampa. Maybe she was deeply connected to higher ups or whatever. Government connections. Ultimately, Trump ended up not even being mentioned. Okay. The whole investigation of Jeffrey Epstein even though the very first call in 96 by Maria Farmer was about Trump and Epstein. When Epstein finally gets arrested in Palm Beach, nobody mentioned Trump. His name wasn't even in any of the fucking affidavits. None of the shit. He was completely removed. Okay, talk about a dog who doesn't bark. He should have been barking. His existence and identity and you know, connection to these people should have been all over that shit. But he was absent. And that's weird. He knew something was up. And next thing you know, the guy who gives him the immunity deal is a cabinet member, bro. Like, come on, man. So I don't think Trump necessarily snitched on him. I think Trump just exonerated, like, I think Trump just covered his own ass to make sure that no road that went back to Trump ever got back to Trump. And in the process, he made sure that Epstein got out with like no federal charges and in exchange for there being no Trump. And then eventually when it all came out, you know, Acosta had to step down. Trump fucking had him arrested after going and visiting Prince Andrew. And then Epstein is dead. And there you go. That's what happened. That's what it is, guys. Okay, the dog didn't bark because the dog, like, had all of the bones buried. Okay, everything got buried and taken care of. The dog didn't need to bark. Okay, the dog just sat there like it didn't even know what the fuck was going on. Here, let me fucking sniff my butthole for a minute. Right? Dude? Oh, man. That shit is dirty, dude. Because, guys, like, you know, Epstein was like, I don't know, Epstein was a you know, a guy in Palm Beach, whatever, millionaire, he had all these connections. But let me just tell you that, like, Trump was ensconced in Palm Beach. You know what I'm saying? When he bought the Mar-a-Lago club and the Russian money, right? Like the Russian money he used to buy that fucking, to outbid Epstein. Like, I think Trump was connected to the mafia, the Russian mob that was like setting up in South Florida. And so Trump had things like beyond the fucking federal government down there. You know what I mean? And yeah, dude, the Michael Cohen, I think he knows this shit, bro. You know, dude, there's some shit, boss. Like, I mean, Trump had a lot of connections with the mob. I mean, he opened a casino, dude, you know? You don't open a casino without the mob. Either they're opening it with you or they're letting you open it. I mean, let's be real, bro. You know? They're either your partner or they're making sure you're not going to have a car bomb like one of the days, dude. Come on, dude. You know? Yeah, these guys are dirty. All right. Fucking dirty. All right, you ready? On top of this, let's listen to this a little bit. This is a little character witness for Trump through all this. You ready? Watch this. Here we go. Watch.
No, I mean, some of these foreign girls, you know, Mr. Trump, in my country, we say hello with vagina. And
well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, you know, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. You know, I'm inspecting. Right, I want to make sure that
you're like
everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? You know, they're standing there with no. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women, and so I sort of get away with it.
No, I mean,
dude, he owned two pageants, guys, Miss Teen USA, and fucking right, and I don't know, did he own Miss America or Miss Universe? But like, dude, one of his was a teen pageant. And many of the teen fucking people, right? The contestants have said he would come back there while they were naked and just walk around eyeing them, ogling them, like fucking coming over and looking them up and down and talking to them. Was it Miss Universe? It was Miss Universe and Miss Teen USA. Dude, so bad. And I mean, the way he says it, right? I mean, you can hear in his voice that he loved it, right? Like the power. He's like, man, there's no men, and I get to go back there, and they're all naked, and I just get to walk in and look at them, and there's like nothing they can do to stop me. This is the guy who said he grabs it without asking. He gets off on that shit. He gets off on that power, on that, like the ability of him being able to go back there and be, like, objectify these women, and there's nothing that they can do about it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, what Tourmaline said there, I have noticed that too, that MAGA, the Bubba thing. Have you guys noticed that the Bubba thing, MAGA is more worried about the possibility of Trump being not straight than they are of him, like, abusing children. They don't even care if he abused children, but if he's, like, not straight, they are gonna fall apart, bro. Like, what is that? And can I tell you something, guys? You ready for a little personal story? Because I have a personal attachment to this. So I was sexually abused by two older half brothers when I was in first grade. One of them was like a sixth grader or seventh grader. The other one was in high school. Okay. And years later, in my 30s and 40s, when I got into therapy and I put it all together, I confronted them. Now, one of them, the one who was in sixth or seventh grade when I was in first grade, he ended up leading a life of crime after he left the house. And he is in prison right now in Wisconsin for sex crimes, for committing a sex crime against a woman. And he committed it. They put him in jail. He got out. He like broke his parole. And so they put him in, there's a thing in Wisconsin, I believe called a 980 law that allows them to hold him until he's rehabilitated. So he'll be in prison forever if he doesn't get healed, which he won't because he's a fucking sociopath. But so, and he should be put away. Okay. He just doesn't get it. Okay. You talk to him. The only crime is that he got caught. He just does not get it. But so when I confronted him about what he did to me, it was via letter in prison, and I confronted him, and then it was a little bit on the phone. His real problem, guys, was that he was like, his beef, he skipped over like my harm and the pain. The only thing he was worried about was that he's like, you're trying to say I'm gay. It was his take on this. One flew over. Every man that owned a beauty pageant should be charged. Indeed. That was his real worry. His real worry was like, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. And I'm like, I know you're not gay, but that doesn't preclude you from abusing me, right? You still abuse me, and we both know you abuse me. And like, I don't think it has any effect on your sexuality. But the thing that was hard for him to grasp was like, don't insinuate that I am gay. That's all he focused on. Like the abuse and me, he was just like, you're telling me I'm gay and I'm not gay. And like, you need to stop doing this. Dude, that was his thing. And then eventually I was like, dude, you're probably going to be in prison for the rest of your life because you're not getting a handle on this. And I'm not going to have this argument with you. I don't care if you're straight or gay. It doesn't matter. I confronted you. I'm done. I got no more to say to you. And then, I was done. And that was it. But yeah, that's what it is. It's that it's like that obsession, that narcissism, and that sociopathic thing where he couldn't get out of his own complex. His own complex was, he is not gay, right? And in fact, it's probably that complex that won't even allow him to acknowledge what he did to me. Now, here's the thing, though, that's amazing about this, guys, is I did the healing work. I went to therapy. I did EMDR. I studied Vipassana meditation. I got rid of that shit. I got the monkey off my back. I was able to get a new life that is not like being victimized by this guy forever and what he did to me. But what's crazy about it is he's still tortured. Okay. Both of the guys that abused me are like, they're fucked up. They don't have normal lives. they don't have like good existences. Like the abusers, it is so much harder for an abuser to get help than it is for the person who got abused. The person who gets abused has a distinctly better chance of getting over it and getting free and having the life. And I feel like the abusers are just tortured and miserable and shitty their whole existence. They just can't shake it, man. And fuck them, right? Were they abused? They were. They were. I mean, it gets passed down, okay? It gets passed down. The problem is, guys, is you have to do the work before you offend, okay? Because the cycle is this. The cycle is you get abused and then you grow up and there's a chance that, if you become a drunk or whatever, get in an unhealthy relationship, get into a toxic situation, eventually you snap and abuse. So you have to get help and get yourself out of that before you become an abuser. But if you cross that line, I just didn't have that issue. I never had an urge to abuse like that. You know what I'm saying? But like they both started abusing pretty young. And I feel like once you cross that line, it just becomes harder to come back. Now, I think personally, I know that they were abused as well. We know they were. But I also think, though, that they both had a predilection for like a certain type of sociopathy, right? There is like, we form empathy connections, okay, when we're young, okay? It's really about empathy, okay? And you form empathy connections when you're very, very young. And if you don't form that empathy connection well at a really, like, I think if you have the wrong kind of parenting in those first couple years and you don't, for whatever reason, you don't form those empathy connections early on, it can be real fucking hard, right? And some of it, I mean, it's a nature nurture. You don't really know what it is, but like one of them is definitely like a sociopath, right? And the other one is not really a sociopath, but he's had some schizophrenia issues. So, which I think were related to that too. But, I don't know, man. I mean, they're sick. You know what I'm saying? They're sick. But again, the thing that's really confusing, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, is it's a weird double-edged sword though. You ready? Because, and I've said this before, my parents were narcissistic alcoholics who were emotionally completely unavailable. Now, you ready for this? This is going to blow your mind because I have 6 half siblings. Okay. 2 of them were the guys who abused me, but those guys that abused me also actually loved me and actually cared about me in a genuine, emotionally connected way that gave me a type of love that I didn't get from my parents, that none of my other half brothers and sisters got. They didn't get it. And so I actually turned out less damaged because of the real love I got from the guys who abused me. I got the abuse that I had to recover from, but I also got a type of love that no other kids in my family did that made it so I actually survived my parents better. That, right? It's like weird. The abuse helped me survive my parents better. And not the abuse, but the genuine love, because they really did love me. They did. They really fucking cared about me. And they weren't trying to hurt me at all, right? So that's what's so fucked up about that stuff, is it's just so weirdly layered, because I found out later that part of the reason why I felt secure and safe in that family was because of their love. And then once they were gone, I had that foundational thing that allowed me to survive my parents a lot better. And it's really weird. And then I watched my other half brothers and sisters not have that foundational love, and they acted out way more than I did. I mean, it's heavy duty, man. It's heavy duty. But it took me about 15 years to unravel that shit, boss. I spent a lot of time with many different therapists over the course of about 14 years to finally unravel it all. Dude, it's pretty wild. But that's, though, guys, what makes it so troublesome is it's not as simple as like the abusers being evil people, okay, that are hurting people. I mean, when these religious nuts say, oh, they're evil, it's like, no, you're missing it. They're not evil. That's the problem. The problem, if these guys were evil, they'd be easier to spot and they would be easier to suss out and to deal with. The problem is they're not evil, okay? These abusers are loving and cunning, and they provide everything that the vulnerable person doesn't have, and they have a preternatural fucking talent at being able to go up to this person who's vulnerable and just know what to give them to win their trust and win that safety, and then they go over that line that fucks them up. And I mean, you know, it's like they're sick and they're manipulative and they're cunning, okay? But they're not simply evil. They actually do care. I mean, there are probably some that are just sadistic and all that shit. But I'm saying most of the family shit is like they really love the person and they're just fucked up, bro. It's fucked up. It is crazy. Stronger than you, you're still unraveling. Yeah, but Magnolia, you gotta just don't worry about it. It takes what it takes. You know what I'm saying? You may unravel like longer or shorter or whatever. But the thing is though, Magnolia, what I want you to do, if you say you're still unraveling, I want you to just know this, okay? It's okay to still be unraveling. And you may well be unraveling for 20, 30 years, maybe your whole life. But I think as long as you are unraveling, you know, or like, as long as you are showing up and facing that, you're like healing, you know? And it just takes it takes time. There is something though that was helpful to me, okay? And I don't know if this will help you, but one of the things that was helpful to me was what I learned in Vipassana meditation, okay? That's the meditation that Buddha studied, and I studied that for a couple of years, and I went on this retreat where you learn it 10-day, like no eye contact, no talking retreat. It's really amazing. But so what I learned there is that like all of our thoughts, everything we think, everything we feel, every crazy idea that comes into our head, none of that is harmful. None of it is, okay? The harmful thing is our judgment, okay? So what we have to do is, instead of trying to get rid of our crazy thoughts or trying to get rid of our depression or our sadness or our wounds or our lack of trust, all we have to do is learn to stop judging ourselves for having those things. So like when you get a crazy thought, the thought is harmless. It's how you judge yourself for having the crazy thought that is the part that hurts you. So when you spend your time cultivating like not being judgmental and learning to become compassionate and loving and accepting of all of our pains and warts and everything, you find the power of some of that shit starts disappearing. Because really what happens is you get harmed by people and then you judge yourself for what you did or didn't do and everything that you've done in a coping mechanism after it for, you know, years and years and years. But if you focus on getting rid of the judgment, if you get rid of the judgment, you experience like a profound internal healing that then allows you to fucking wrangle, you know? Oh, you had a kid? Yeah, see, that's tough, right? You look at that kid, the kid's a memory. But yeah, I'm going to recommend, guys, anybody who's been SA'd in any way or any type of EMDR, okay? There you go. That's the magic sauce. If you can, go do some EMDR. It's a type of therapy that was designed for PTSD, and it is the best. I mean, there are two primary therapies that are great for SA. EMDR is number one. Number two is horses. Okay, there's horse therapy, right? Equine therapy that is like horses have a like a really, like, I don't know, they have a profound ability to like absorb that energy and be not judgmental around people. Like they have a gentleness that allows like people to overcome SA, like connections with horses. It's really, really fascinating. But yeah, man, dude, let's go. Dude, hey man, I'm just here trying to get better, right? Like the rest of us, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, EMDRs like saved my fucking life. And I didn't even discover it, guys. I took an acting class, and my acting instructor was a very bold, outspoken woman, and she noticed my behavior in acting class, how I could break everyone else's emotions down, but I was kind of invulnerable. I never got emotional. And she pulled me aside one day and said, you know, I think you're a marvelous actor, but I think you're never going to be great unless you learn how to access your emotions. And I think you can't, because I think you have some trauma in there. And so I'm recommending that you go try some EMDR. And I wanted to be a good actor. So I said, okay, I'll do it. So I went and did EMDR, and it started like a 3-year relationship with me doing EMDR. I found a great therapist that did a sliding scale, and it fucking changed my life. And it definitely made me a better actor. It made me a better parent. It made me a better partner. It made me a better artist. It made me a better fucking more compassionate human being. You know, it made me better able to set boundaries with the abusive people in my family, which kind of forced them to like deal with their own shit, you know, and fucking, you know, it's if you can find it, get it. And if you can't get it, like, let's try to make the world so maybe one day you can, right? We just need some healthcare. But holy shit. All right, you ready? Dude, we got one more thing to cover, guys. Okay, we got to look at this, dude. Oh my God, okay? This, you are about to see one of the most awkward videos on the internet. There's a couple things I got to pull up, all right? We have a little sideline there. We do that. Sometimes we have sidelines here where we talk about life shit. It's not just politics, right? This is a stream that is not just politics, guys. We are also a fucking, right? We are also like healers, okay? Dude, Benny is gross, but this, guys, let me just tell you. So today, everybody at TPUSA was freaking out, okay? Let me just tell you, let me show you what's going on. And it was all about this one fucking thing. Now, I was in the replies all day, but it was all about this, guys. This chart, okay? Look at this shit, okay? This is the big meltdown today, guys, for MAGA. This is the big MAGA meltdown. And look at this chart. This is a Pew Research that just came out that has looked at the last 30 years. It ended in 2023, but look what they discovered, okay? It used to be that in 1993, 83% of 12th graders said they wanted to get married, okay? 76% of the boys, 83% of the girls said they wanted to get married, 76% of the boys. And now 30 years later, 74% of the boys want to get married, but only 61% of the girls do. Dude, now, as you might imagine, the evangelical, patriarchal bullshit artists, they are freaking out about this. They're like, wait a second, how do I get to like crank out babies and have all my kids get taken care of and spread my seed, oh, like Trumpy, if I can't find some girl who's dumb enough to marry my stupid ass and fucking clean up after me like a goddamn mommy for my whole life. Dude, because like, I mean, there's a number of things at play here, guys, but most of it is the fact that, yeah, women are getting smarter. They're realizing that marriage is a con, okay? They don't get a career. They don't get any equity and shit, except maybe if they get divorced, and then they have to go through a legal battle, and then they get treated like they're an asshole for taking anything, right? They have to a thankless job of raising kids with no fucking whatever. They get no reward for it, right? And then their husbands treat them like they're just there to spread their legs and crank out more kids, okay? And a lot of times, guys, if you go back to the 40s and 50s and 60s before abortion, these women didn't even want to marry the guys they got married to. I mean, even these girls who wanted to get married, they would go out on a date in high school. The guy would get them drunk, they'd get pregnant, and then they would have to marry that guy. So a lot of times women who even wanted to get married were marrying guys they didn't want to marry simply because of an accidental pregnancy. And dude, this is fucking been a serious scenario. Now girls are like, fuck this noise, bro. They are. They're like, no, man. Now look at these guys. Look at this guy. This guy says anti-nuptial turn among young women and adolescent girls is disastrous, right? Oh, look at him. They always look like this too, right? Why do they always look like this? Like, bro, dude, you know what I'm saying? Every guy who thinks it's disastrous that women don't want to be trapped in marriage look like this fucking freak, bro. Yeah. Dude, always. Like, yeah. You know, because, right, if women won't get married, you are not getting any. Like your whole life, right? Obviously, you probably don't even know how to talk to them, okay? Dude, his book is called Get Married: Why Americans Must Defy the Elites, Forge Strong Families, and Save Civilization. Dude, you know, dude, here's my book, Brad Wilcox. My book is called Hard Pass. Okay, thank you. Thanks for playing. Now, as you might imagine, guys, look at this shit. So the TPUSA guys were freaking out by this, okay? The TPUSA people are freaking, okay? Watch this, okay? Because you know them and their marriage and their family and all this. Look at this. Tyler Boyer. This is the guy who covers up rapes, all right? He covers up essays at TPUSA. Employee essays covered him up for Charlie Kirk. He says they've completely destroyed women in America. They. And it's like, who's they there, homie? Is he implying they is the left? Is it the trans people? The, like, Bill Clinton? Was it Barack Obama? Like, who's the they? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is some shit. And I'm like, dude, look at this. You ready? Exhibit A. Right, here's what I posted under there from the guy who is trying to fuck your CEO. That's J.D. Vance, right? When 35-year-old Republicans got caught supporting Hitler in a group chat, J.D. Vance called them kids. When 15-year-old children get essayed by the president and his pals, J.D. Vance calls them young women. Oh, isn't that interesting? Right? That's your Republican family values. Yeah, gee, I wonder why women don't want to get raised into, like, don't want to get married to these guys. Look at this. Something has gone terribly wrong. Dude, everyone in fucking TPUSA is trying to figure out what has gone terribly wrong. But look at what I said to Andrew Colvett. I said, dude, I said, yes. I said, yeah, Charlie and TPUSA have made men and being married unattractive. Why? Because you're a bunch of religious pricks who want to strip away women's bodily autonomy. You want to make them handmaids. You told them to quit college, get an MRS degree. You make content making them look like they're second rate. Every time a girl won a debate against Charlie, he would be like, calm down, calm down. He would pull the "you're too emotional" card. They're dismissive. They have a religion that tells the women they're ribs, okay, that takes the most powerful, educated women out there that have done the craziest shit, and they demean them. And they just make them a vessel for creating brats for these fucking idiots. And you're like, you wonder why women don't want to get married? Like, why would they want to get married? Why would a dude want to marry somebody like Charlie fucking Kirk unless they're marrying him for money, right? There's no reason to. He's walking around telling young girls, give up on your dreams and don't have, you know, autonomy over your uterus. If you were a 10-year-old girl and my daughter and you got raped, I'd make you deliver the baby. Dude, that is telling women don't get married. Don't get married because look at these guys. They're assholes. They don't care about you, right? They don't care about you. You know what I mean? And now TPUSA was freaking out by it. Now, there's another thing I want to share with you here. Okay, because I made a comment about this, right? And this is what I said. It said TPUSA, for the life of them, can't figure out why women no longer want to get married, right? Their fucking dead founder went coast to coast, quitting school. They worshiped a rapist as president. And at the same time, they're worshiping the rapist as a president, this guy who grabs them by the pussy. That guy is like trying to overturn their bodily autonomy. No, if you get raped, you can't get an abortion. Oh, we're going to take away birth control. Oh, we want to get rid of no-fault divorce. Oh, we want to make it so, like, you can't get an education. We're going to take away your health care. Why would they want to marry? What is in it for them? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is in it for them. And then there's one more thing, dude, that I do want to point out, right? Which is, where is it? Let me find it. Okay. There is something else that is here. Hold on. Let me find it. It was a God tweet, boss. Here, I'll find it. You ready? Nope. Right here. Okay. You ready? So, of all of this, okay, when they're looking at those stats, guys, okay, think about this. Their big Pew research was like, oh my God, young girls don't want to get married anymore. And they didn't look at that stat and go, okay, well, what do young girls want to do? Because at the end of the day, what we really want is we want young girls to be happy, healthy, feel like their soul is fulfilled. We want them to lead the lives that they want to lead, regardless. If you want to get married, get married. If you want to be CEO, be CEO. If you want to be president, be president. You want to be an astronaut, you want to be a porn star, you want to be the most successful OnlyFans person, you want to be a gardener, you want to be a pro fucking athlete, whatever, you should fulfill whatever passions you want and go out there and live. But they're not like that. They're just like, oh my God, women don't want to get married. This is horrible. Why? Because they're only concerned about them. If women don't want to get married, then they can't get married and force women to care for their kids, right? Because it's really telling about how they're posting the stats about women not wanting to get married as if that's the end of the world. Society is fucked. They've done this. Whoever they is, we're oh my God, society's collapsing. But like, why should it matter if women get married or not? Shouldn't it matter that women get to lead the lives they want to lead? I mean, that's what's important, that women are fulfilled. It doesn't matter if not getting married fulfills you, like, don't get married, okay? Or like Jenny and I, dude, we've been together 13 years. She doesn't want to be married. She was married when I met her, and she doesn't want to be married. So we're not going to get married. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Does not matter, right? But theirs is like religious driven. You got to be married because Jesus says get married. God says, oh, get married, right? Oh, right? You know, and then raise my brats, right? And here it is, though, is they look at women as nothing but objects in the marital system, guys. There's a marital system that says that they're supposed to get wives, they're supposed to get the family and the kids and have the caretaker, and it is the woman's duty to fulfill those male needs. You're supposed to want to get married. You need to be convinced that getting married and having kids is what you've wanted your whole life because you need to give me kids and a family. That's what their shit is, right? They don't care about women at all, guys. Now, to follow it up, dude, watch this clip, okay? Watch this clip because this is Benny, okay? Now, in the absence of Charlie Kirk, okay? Charlie Kirk's been the point man on this, guys. Right? Charlie Kirk has been the guy who's out there convincing women to quit school and convincing frat boys to go get their trad wives and all this shit. But Charlie Kirk is gone. He can no longer groom. And now Benny Johnson is out here. Okay? So there was a UFC event at Madison Square Garden, and Benny Johnson took some Russian money or some Trump Heritage Foundation money. They had 3,000 White Freedom t-shirts to go down there to give away at the UFC, right? Because their movement, guys, is so strong and they have so much support that they have to go out every day giving away thousands of t-shirts, right? I mean, it tells you, right? Like if you have to go promote your band, we used to do this, guys. When I was in the 90s in LA, we would see guys who like promoted like crazy. There's some shit you did. You put posters up on phone boxes. You put some flyers out in coffee shops where you knew the people who worked there. So they'd promote for you like person to person. But when you saw guys every night with thousands of flyers, you're like, dude, their band sucks. Okay? They don't have a following. That's why they're out here doing this every day. Like over promoting is the first sign that like you don't have a following. When your shit is happening, you don't have to over promote. You promote smart because you have it. It's already doing its own thing. You just have to show up, right? But these guys have to give away t-shirts. They have to fucking go out and go to like swap meets to try and register voters. Why? Because they're fucked. They have no support, dude. You know what I'm saying? Dude, they have no support, boss. And what's more, they're promoting a dead guy. And they're promoting something that doesn't even exist anymore. They're like living on the past. But now watch Benny's the new point man, guys. Watch his interaction here, guys. You ready? Watch him with these young men. This is the new spokesman for the MAGA movement. Watch what he says to these guys.
Get yourself a, here we go, this is the advice here. Get yourself a trad wife, lock it in, get yourself 1 million kids, embrace that incredible life that God has set for you. Lead your family, be a man, out on the front porch, in the rocket chair with the shotgun and the Labrador, rocking and rolling, seizing that American dream. Nothing makes a miserable lib or a miserable communist angrier than you living a happy and joyful life and you making more babies. And it's never been easier because communists are literally cutting their dicks off. So I don't know why they're doing it, but they're actually doing it. I've read stories about it. They like to do that.
I've read stories about it.
They're doing vasectomies at the DNC in the back of a bus. They're taking themselves out of the gene pool. It's never been easier. So get yourself a trad wife. Get yourself a good life that God has set for you and seize that American dream. Have 1 million babies. God bless you.
Dude, what is that message, guys? Can we unpack that for a minute? Okay? Like, wow. Dude. They're so fucked. First off, you ready? First off, let's go look at the obvious, okay? First off, let's just hit point number 1, okay? Where he says, get yourself a trad wife. But here's the problem, is women don't want to be trad wives anymore. So he's starting off by saying, hey, go get yourself this thing that, like, nobody wants to do. So they're going to go out there, these boisterous young boys are going to go try to mold every girl they meet into their trad wife, which is going to make the girls flee, okay? That's number 1. Get yourself a trad wife, have millions of babies. Like, really? Yeah, man, if you're 20 years old, you don't want to be having a fucking kid, bro. If you're 20 and you have a kid, you're done. You have no career. You're tied down now. You're going to be stuck working some job you fucking hate, trying to manage a relationship that's on the rocks because you guys got pregnant too soon and you weren't ready for that shit. Like, he's giving them the worst possible advice. But I really want to hone in on the second part, dude, because watch this part right here, okay? Right here where he says, you want to be out on the front porch in a rocking chair, like with a shotgun and a Labrador? Like, dude, these kids are on YouTube and TikTok. Like, what is he selling them? Get out there on a rocking chair? But watch what he says. Watch what he says, guys.
Kids, embrace that incredible life that God has set for you. Lead your family, be a man, out on the front porch in the rocking chair with the shotgun and the Labrador.
Hold on, here we watch this. Here we go.
A million kids. Embrace
Here it comes.
that incredible life that God has set for you. Lead your family, be a man, out on the front porch in the rocking chair with the shotgun and the Labrador, rocking and rolling, seizing that American dream. Nothing makes a miserable lib or a miserable communist angrier than you living a happy and
all right, right there, right there, right there. Look at what he says, okay? He says, get out there, lead your family, rocking chair, Labrador shotgun, rocking and rolling. First off, that ain't rock and roll. Sitting on a fucking front porch with a shotgun is not rocking and rolling. That's some boring shit. But look at why he says you should do it. Because nothing makes a miserable lib or communist angrier than you living this life I'm telling you to lead. So, dude, he's telling them to do this to make us mad. Like, bro, what kind of life are you leading when you're leading your life just to make a lib or a communist mad? Like, that's going to get you into very, very bad territory, bro. Like, really? Yeah, go get a woman pregnant. Go get a rocking chair and a shotgun and a Labrador because that's going to piss off the libs. But, like, dude, their life is going to suck, bro. Like, you're creating your whole existence to try and make us mad. But, dude, we're not even thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. Like, sure, I get in fucking Twitter and troll these motherfuckers. And I make political content out there trying to, like, you know, free some minds and help people heal the way other people help me heal. But, like, dude, I'm not mad at Benny Johnson. I'm not triggered by him. I don't even care about his dumb ass, bro. He is like a piece of content for me. I don't care if he has 10 million kids and fucking humps his Bible with Russian cash flowing out of his ass. Dude, it's like nobody cares. If he, like, leads a good Christian life and makes millions of dollars and fucking Bubba's Trump's knob, I don't care about that shit. Dude, I'm too busy fucking, you know, having a full creative life and hanging out with my woman and, like, fucking, you know, knowing my kid and helping him get established and making art, you know? But, dude, his whole defense for living this joyous life is to make the libs and communists mad. Okay? And then he goes on to say, like, dude, they're cutting their dicks off. So it's really easy for you to live this life. First off, I don't know any leftists that are cutting their dicks off. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's on with this. Like, dude, we're not owned. We're not triggered. And we don't care if these guys are sitting on a porch. Dude, all I would think is if I drove by a house where, like, this kid was sitting on the porch with a shotgun and a lab, I'd think, dude, that kid's life sucks, bro. Homie ain't living, dude. You know what I mean? And yeah, vasectomies are not cutting your dick. They're like choosing when you get pregnant. Get a woman pregnant. They're reversible. But here's what I said, though, dude. I did get in here, right, where I said, dude, this is the most cringe and awkward thing imaginable. Benny is obviously gay. Even these kids know this is a cover. My God, you guys are so fucked, bro. Because all I could think about when watching this was like Benny is trying to sell a life he doesn't lead, obviously, because he is gay as shit, bro. Right? He's like, he didn't sell them, oh, this is a passionate life to lead. He's selling them a life of go trigger the libs by committing yourself to a trad wife, child rearing life. Now, some of these guys may well want that life, but some of these guys are going to get a woman pregnant, they're going to get married, and they're going to be miserable. Okay? They're going to be miserable, guys. And I know this. I grew up in a small town in Wisconsin. I saw a bunch of guys who got women pregnant, got married too young. They were miserable. They ended up working in factories, the 7-Up bottling plant, or fucking working for like UPS or some shit, or a canning factory, or in a foundry. And they did that shit. They broke their back and living a life of quiet desperation dude, like Walden, right? Where they went to the bar every night and tried to drink themselves into a stupor, and then often went home and took a swing at their wife because they were hurting inside. And the wives were miserable too, and the kids were miserable. Like, dude, this shit is fucking brutal. Dude, these guys are like, wow, bro. Like, I just don't think this movement has teeth, man. You know what I'm saying? Is this a church group? No, these are a bunch of like goons he found at Madison Square Garden at a UFC event or whatever. Outside the UFC event, he gave them all free t-shirts. And they're all like, yeah, we're going to get trad wives and go fucking piss off the libs. And like, I'm just saying, guys, even guys, if you're MAGA watching me right now, okay, there may be some people who knew me from Fortnite. You're mad that I quit Fortnite. You think I'm woke. You think I'm full of shit. Fine. Here's my message to you MAGA men. All right, if you gamer guys, you think I'm a clown. You think I'm too woke. I'm full of shit. You think everything I say is bullshit. Do not lead your life to piss me off. Okay, do not craft a life trying to make me mad, trying to trigger me or own me, because you will waste your fucking life. I don't even think about you. I don't care. If you don't get woke and you don't find empathy and compassion, you miss out. Okay? You suffer for that, not me. I'm not here doing this so like, oh yeah, because I need you to live by my rules, my abortion laws, or my Bible because I can't handle it. No, I'm trying to like give you a taste of the fucking promised land. And you can either go out there and get it, go explore. Explore your sexuality, explore your gender, explore your familial relationships, explore your careers, colleges, like fucking, you know, religions and fucking whatever, dude, meditation and healing and therapy. Explore everything, play rock and roll, be an actor, live goddamn life, okay? But don't lead some life of anti-wokeness to try and piss us off, because at the end of the day, you're gonna fucking suffer, guys. Okay, get out there, show up, travel, meet, hang out with people that are different than you, right? You know what I'm saying? Go get saved in many different religions and then get rid of all of them and go become a Buddhist for a while. Go study with the fucking Oaxacans. You know what I mean? Like, live it up, okay? That's what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but these guys are like, dude, shrink your world and it'll piss off the libs. Dude, so dumb, bro. So dumb. Dude. Like, you just literally, you are like, I don't know. This is so weird because, like, dude, the MAGA has no power over, like, my world, you know? And they shouldn't have power. They want it. They want to have power. They want to be able to, like, fill me with dread and desperation and fear and oppression so they can control me and force me to think that if I were gay, I'm a sinner or bad or whatever. But, like, no, dude, I like adult content and I am not ashamed, okay? I don't think that women who do adult content are dirty or bad. I think they're fucking heroes, okay? I look at them and I think they're heroes. You know what I'm saying? I think that people who are gay are just gay. Trans people are trans. Nobody needs to live in shame. Nobody's living anything wrong. And, like, dude, they don't control that shit. Nobody's trying to cut anybody's dicks off. They're fucking, these guys are just idiots. And again, I think, you ready? I'm going to finish with this thought to zing you guys. Think about this, okay? Think about this, guys. So these guys, they're all religious, okay? Bible, Jesus. Jesus is their guy. They're all Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. But, like, guys, Jesus was a fucking woke Arab, bro. He was a woke Arab. He was an Arab, a very woke Jewish Arab, okay, who didn't get along with the wealthy or the government, the powers that be, right? Not at all. And now these guys somehow think this woke Arab wants them to create a whites only, right? Yeah, Palestinian, absolutely. They think he wants to create a whites only fucking stronghold of like Jewish Christian, or I mean, Jesus-y Christianity in America. Like, dude, they're so clueless, bro. Like, if they literally fucking met Jesus, they would like flee from him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he couldn't be further from a white evangelical. Dude, they're so dumb, and they're wearing their little white freedom shirts. Like, man, dude, these guys are clowns, okay? They are clowns, bro. He was definitely anti-fascist. Jesus was, dude. And I mean, dude, I did a tweet, guys. You ready? Here's my tweet on it, dude, that I thought was pretty good. Look at this. You see this photo? Look at my tweet, guys. This money. It may not get the big support, but you ready? Look at that. I said, for the record, this shit ain't Jesus. This is Pontius Pilate. And like, dude, tell me I'm wrong. I am not wrong. Okay? That ain't Jesus, dude. That is Pontius Pilate. If you go back, right? Pontius Pilate would absolutely have lived in that fucking apartment, bro. Jesus, not a fucking chance, dude. Not a fucking chance, bro. And like all of the American Christians that have hooked up with this shit, they're awry, bro. They are awry. They are off their rockers, dude. We needed a generated pic of Trump as Lewinsky. Dude, let's go, Shark! Oh! Whoa. Dude, let's go, boss. Isn't that funny? Dude, the lion, I know, the lion does crack me up. And then down here, there's the fucking toys. Like, what are these limos and an old Porsche? Like, really? Bro, dude. Dude, isn't that crazy? Dude, that shit is nuts, boss. Right? Definitely Pontius Pilate. Like, bro. Dude, this shit is wild, bro. All right. Dude, you guys ordered a dance party, so we got a dance party. Are we ready? Are we ready to fucking dance or what? You guys ready for dance or what, baby? Let's go. Dude. What a day, boss. Dude, oh my God. Wait, I just saw something about Nick Fuentes. Dude. There was an AI thing that switched. What did it say? Dude, there was an AI thing about Nick Fuentes, boss. It disappeared. Let me see. Oh, that's too bad. Sometimes they change. But it said something about Nick Fuentes. I'll have to go in and look at the fucking video. But did you see it? It showed up. There was something with fucking Nick Fuentes. This is crazy. You see this shit? Dude. So like the Seth Meyers, right? Was talking about the Epstein files, and then now they're like trying to get rid of Seth Meyers. Like, come on, bro. Dude, what are we doing, boss? Dude, these guys are clowns, bro. They've lost their chi, though, guys. I'm telling you right now, guys. This is the best thing about this. The best thing. I want to see why Melania is trending. Okay. Dude, she hates Trump. Look at that, bro. Oh my God, dude. There it is. Dude, tell you what, gentlemen. Get yourself a woman who doesn't look at you like Melania looks at Trump. Right? Dude, seriously, bro. So yeah, so what it is, Matt, is there was a thing with Seth Meyers where Seth Meyers did a segment on the Trump being all over the emails. Okay, so Seth Meyers did a segment that was about the Epstein emails and about how Trump was the guy in them the most. And so Trump says NBC's Seth Meyers is suffering from an incurable case of TDS. He was viewed last night in an uncontrollable rage. Sure, you mean you were in an uncontrollable rage, Trumpy. Oh, he's being mean to me. Likely due to the fact that his show is a ratings disaster. I don't know, Trump. Right now, if anybody is a ratings disaster, bro, it's you, shitty. Okay, aside from everything else, Myers has no talent. NBC should fire him immediately. And look at who tweeted this, guys. But Brendan Carr, our little FCC chairman. And it's like, oh, really, Brendan? You dumb motherfucker. You didn't learn from Jimmy Kimmel? Like, you want to do this again? I mean, dude, I immediately got in there and was like, go fuck yourself, you fascist piece of shit. You're probably in the motherfucking files too, bro. Dude, seriously. Dude, fuck you, Brendan Carr. You fucking weirdo. You like, he looks like he fucking lives in an underground bunker somewhere, bro. Eat a dick, Brendy. Okay? Like, dude, fuck you. You fucking weird, like lumberjack looking motherfucker. Eat one, boss. We are not listening to you. Dude, you needed to learn from the Jimmy Kimmel. You need to know your place, little man. All right? Dude, come on, boss. Jesus, these fucking clowns, bro. Dude, there it is. There it is. There's Brendan Carr and there's fucking Seth Meyers. Dude, this is it. Dude, right now, this is MAGA and that is their former movement. Dude, it's like MAGA. This is MAGA 2025 looking at MAGA 2024. Dude, oh shit. Oh, fuck, dude, they're so screwed, bro. Dude, they are so screwed. Fuck them. Okay? Fuck them, boss. Fuck them all. All right? That's my philosophy. Dude, we are not letting these guys get one up on us. All right? Dude, now, guys, you ready? Now we're going to fucking dance, bro. Colbert needs to just do a new, I mean, Colbert is going to go to he's going to go to YouTube, bro. Right? He's going to go to YouTube and he is going to be wildly successful and he's going to he's going to have to work a little bit harder, right? Because he's going to have to build his own infrastructure. But once he does that, bro, he's going to go to YouTube and he's going to be able to be free and be able to do whatever the fuck he wants with endless fucking growth potential and no fucking corporate boondoggery whatsoever. He's going to be fine, boss. He's actually going to love it. He's probably going to get a renewed passion for what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Dude, let's go. Dude, Canal, let's go. You love men like Tommy, Kyle, and Hassan. We are, dude, I don't really try to protect women per se, but I feel like the best way to protect women is for us to create a culture of us men holding ourselves and other men accountable. You know, it's like, dude, it's more like let's police ourselves and fuck this idea of protecting women. Dude, Jenny, she doesn't want my protection, bro. She wants to fucking take care of herself. And I'm just there to make sure my fellow men aren't fucking douchebags. You know? Let's go. Love it. Thank you, Canal. I appreciate you for noticing. Okay? I do. I appreciate you for noticing. But yeah, dude, Trumpy is going down. Dude, look at this, bro. Look at this picture. I mean, these people are when you see this, these people are the least fucking happy. I mean, they're miserable, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't trade places with these assholes for all the money in the world, boss. Not a chance, dude. The misery. Look at that. Look at that. Jesus, dude. 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 That is look at Burgum here. Burgum's even looking and being God damn, bro. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Burgum's leaned over, being holy shit, boss. Dude. Dude, I mean, there's the border, though. There's the real Trump border. Oh, shit, that border is out of control, dude. Melania is dude. Melania is just, when do I get my check? That's all she's thinking, right? I mean, I got into it with Kevin O'Leary the other day on Twitter. You see, you know O'Leary, right? The avocado toast guy, that bald fucker, where he was like complaining about something. And I'm like, dude, what are you even talking about? Like, nobody in your life even cares about you. Like, the only people who pretend they care about you are waiting for you to die so they can fucking get an inheritance. That's it. Like, nobody on this planet, like, if you got rid of that money tomorrow, you would have fucking no one in 2 seconds. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to hear your fucking complaints about, right? You know what I'm saying? Dude, yeah, no, Melania. Dude, Melania, don't feel bad for her. Dude, Melania she's a psychopath. Okay, she is. Remember, I don't really care. Do you? Don't forget, dude, she doesn't give a shit. Dude, she is, you know, although I will say, guys, I do love her Vanity Fair cover is actually pretty good. Dude, the Vanity Fair cover is pretty wild, boss. That's going to be a good episode. Make sure you get that one, right? Make sure you get that Vanity Fair cover from Melania, all right? Dude, let's go. Dude, yeah, she was. She was shopping, bro. She was shopping. All right? I am going to do this too, guys. I'm not going to play it right now because I got to go make videos, but I did post a video earlier today of a 14-year-old girl. This one right here, right? I don't know if you've seen it, but this 14-year-old girl just shit on Megyn Kelly, okay? Megyn Kelly was talking about 14, 15. This girl's basically 15. And she says, like, hey, Megyn Kelly, why am I having to give you a moral compass? Like, what the fuck is up with you? I'm going to put a link for it for you guys to watch it. Go watch it, okay? Dude, we're going to watch it tomorrow. I want to do a whole segment on it, and I don't have time to do it tonight. So we're going to watch it tomorrow. Trust, it's coming. But there's the link. Go watch it, and we'll discuss tomorrow, okay? Dude, it's amazing. This girl's like, hello. But right now, dude, I got to dance, boss. I got to get moving. I got a lot of material, baby. I will put it in Discord. I'll put it in Discord right now. In the general channel. There we go. I just put it in. All right. I mean, dude, I'd love to stay all night. If I had editors, dude, we'd just sit and talk all night. But unfortunately, I have a lot of work, boss. A lot of work, baby. I can't really go beyond 3 hours. I'm supposed to stream for 2 hours, but we've been basically going 3 hours every night. Dude, I just can't get enough, boss. You know what I mean? All right, let's get stretched, baby. Oh. Buy a MAGA hat and burn it. So here's the deal, guys. I'm not going to buy a MAGA hat. But if I do find a MAGA hat at like Goodwill or something, I'll buy it, okay? Or the bins or some shit. If I find one used, I will buy it and we'll burn it, okay? But I'm not fucking giving them a fucking dime, bro. You know what I mean? Fuck those guys, boss. Dude, we are dismantling MAGA, okay? MAGA, I'm sorry, MAGA, you're going down, baby. You're going down. Oh, all right, get limber. Holy shit, dude. Dude, the Nick Fuentes video is going viral, boss. That shit is like, dude, it's like 31,000. Dude, it's not even 4 hours and it's already 31,000 views, bro. Look at this shit. Can we just revel for a moment? Right? Dude, look at this shit, boss. Oh, shit. Look at that, dude. Right? Look at that. Oh! 31,000, dude. That's nuts, bro. Let's go. Dude, MAGA is going down, boss. Down, down, down. Oh, oh, you can't see it? Oh, all right. Oh, shit. All right. So here we go. You ready? All right. Here, we're gonna fucking switch it. Thank you. There it is. All right, ready? Here it goes. Shit is a big 1 in 10, boss. 31,000 views, bro, in fucking 4 hours. That is nutty. Dude, that's some good shit. I like when we get that, dude, and that's at night too, which is crazy. Like normally videos don't get a lot of views at night. So dude, you guys, thank you so much for the support, bro. We're growing. We're growing. I mean, I get excited every night. It's like I see a lot of the same faces. I'm starting to rely on you guys, boss. Don't leave me, all right? Don't leave me, dude. Broke back Maga? Dude, Maga! Dude, Maga! Dude! 𝗙𝗡𝗶𝗹𝗀𝗀. All right, you guys ready to dance? You ready? Oh, I'm ready, baby. Woo. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 73K and rising. Rising. Dude, Maga is becoming extinct. Fuck Maga. All right, here we go. You ready? It's time for a little deja vu. Oh, oh, oh. Let's go. Oh, that felt good, dude. That was spirited.
I'm tired of explaining.
Too late because everyone is waiting.
That's great, so why are you complaining?
You're on blue.
If I'm unsure,
will anybody notice? It's my fault because I love you on purpose.
I'm insecure,
or just a little nervous. You're on blue. Let's go, guys! Dude, again, thank you support, dude. Maga is dead. We are gonna pick that carcass clean, baby. We're gonna fight these fascists, and we are going to win. We are going to win. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
And you doubt that anything is worth it. Look around, the world is a circus. You're on blue. So provoking, I forgot to mention. Are you joking? I need some attention. And nothing's working, so change your direction. You're on blue. Who knows you're on blue? When every bruise looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue. When every bruise looks good on you. Why won't you hold my hand? Are you gonna deny this? Do the best you can. I haven't got a plan, but I'm gonna survive this. That's just who I am. When you're on blue, you keep everything inside of you. You try to play it cool. Sometimes you gotta break the rules. I don't know why you're confused. All you need is a little bit of attitude. Yeah. This is it. I'm tired of explaining. It's too late because everyone is waiting. That's great. So why are you complaining? You're on blue. If I'm unsure, will anybody notice? It's my fault because I love you on purpose. I'm insecure or just a little nervous. You're on blue. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hey, hey. Starting to enjoy the view. I'm all about the attitude. Who knows you're on blue? When every bruise looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue? When every bruise looks good on you. Paint away day and night, 6 hearts, hope I'm okay. You're alright, goodbye then if you dare. Someone new is pulling everywhere. I'm afraid to let them. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain. Yeah. After you, I'm afraid of feeling some too soon. Cling to what you're giving. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain. Yeah, 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 yeah. what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think. Yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause I will drown in pink. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. You, I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant. Hey, I just wanna change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together.